was really good. What's good, Richard?
Hey man, how you doing? How was the tennis match?
I'm chilling. Just yapping here. Oh, I heard back from, remember the deal I called you about on like Sunday or something?
Oh yeah, you wanted my credibility, huh?
Yeah, I got it. And then they called us today. The first thing they say is, "Hey, we found Richard Taylor on Instagram." My goodness, are you guys gonna wholesale this deal? Because we don't want that. We don't want. Relax. I told her full honesty, right? I mean, we told you the same thing when we called, right? Because she made it clear she did not want wholesalers.
Yeah.
So listen, full honesty, right? We do everything, right? We wholesale, we do content, we invest. I showed you like 30 plus units that we own, right? That you own, that you sent me. I mean, this is one of the best deals we've seen, right? Our plan is to buy it. If something happens, for example, during our due diligence, we decide not to buy it, we can work around that. We can say, hey, listen, we'll connect you with one of our partners who might want to buy the property. If not, let me talk to my guy, talk to you, which is what I'm doing now, and see if we can do something else, right? I was thinking the deal is really, really good. I don't know if I have someone for it. I think you might have someone for it.
Yeah, let me hear about it.
She was, hey, I mean, if we do a non-assignment clause, like you go through your inspection as normal, then maybe the seller would be more open to that. So I mean, if you have a buyer that you really trust, because I think it's like easily like a 50K plus deal. So.
I do. And what I've been saying recently is this: when somebody asks me if I'm going to sign the deal, I've got a great excuse. Maybe you've heard it before. I'm sure you have. But I've been saying, what I do is I want to take title on your deal. I want to own your deal, but I don't want to come out of pocket to do it. So what I do is I'm going to find an individual who's going to fund the entire purchase price for me. I'm going to be 50% owner and they're going to be 50% owner. And I'm just going to be an owner for structuring the deal. So that's how I acquire my real estate. I am going to assign it, but at the same time, I am going to be an owner of the property. So I raise capital to fund these deals. I don't know if that's something that would work with them, but let's hear about the deal.
It is. Oh, let me send you.
We can also have them pay us outside of escrow. Like I've had a number of deals recently where we're getting paid outside of escrow. They just wire us the assignment fee. So that's always a possibility.
Yeah, it could work. I DM'd you some pictures. It is a 15 unit off market renovated building in Detroit. And renovated, I mean, it's amazing. Before it was renovated, it was making an NOI of, let me see, it was making like 115K NOI, and they're asking 1.2, so that's a 10% cap rate. So I sent you a picture of the calculator as well because I just had the numbers ready. So basically brings in.
What are your terms though? 90, like, what's your purchase price and down payment?
1.3, 150 down, 4,500 monthly, and they're bringing in like 15K monthly.
What are your T&I?
I forgot, but I have the NOI. Like after management, maintenance, taxes, insurance, you net 9,500. We're paying monthly payments of 4,500.
Have you talked to Costas?
I did send it to him a while ago. He said, it looks interesting, but I'm not exactly sure. So I took it as it's a good deal, but I'll probably pass on it.
I've got a guy who bought a 12-unit complex off us for a $250,000 entry fee, a little more than that, in Connecticut. Oh, yeah. I can call him. So it's bringing in, what do you say? It's bringing in 14, 15?
So it was fully occupied, and then they just finished like a full renovation. So I mean, it's vacant right now. But before it was occupied, before it was renovated, I mean, it was netting 9,500 monthly, and our payment to them is 4,500 monthly.
Do you think it could go? I would imagine in Detroit that one of these could go for 900 per unit. No.
I mean, yeah, that's what they're saying. Hey, I mean, rent should be at least like a couple $100 higher per unit. But you can, I just told them, hey, we'll use the previous numbers that you had as rentals just to make sure that we're safe.
I've been doing in Detroit a lot. How many units is it? 15?
15 units, yeah. Okay. I have a breakdown, I think.
Let me make a call. I don't know if he'd be interested in this, but I'll make a call on this, and he would just pay us outside of escrow.
It's McKenna.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Really good. Robert's in a master class right now, but I have his phone. What's going
cool.
on?
Hey, yeah, you were going to be my next call if you didn't pick up. I'm going to send you something here. I would be open to JV on this, but I'd also be open to you guys buying it as well. But I just texted you this. I have a stunning 15-unit complex. Check out the photos I just sent you. The thing has been fully renovated top to bottom. It's done up really nicely. We've secured 0% interest seller financing on it. We have a $200K entry on this thing. And what we're looking at is I think it brings in $1,415. Payment to the seller is $4,500. And taxes and insurance would be a couple thousand. So you'd be netting like, I don't know, $7,000 or $8,000 per month on this for a $200K entry.
Well, where is it?
It's in Detroit, Michigan. But check out the photo. Check out the photo because this thing is.
You send it to Robert's phone or to mine?
I sent it to your phone.
Send it to Robert's.
Okay, I'll text this to Robert really quick because it truly is not what you'd see in Detroit.
What are you thinking for a JV? We would JV with you, Richard.
We have it at 150, and
okay.
I think it's a great deal up to $200,000 entry fee.
Okay. And you're thinking, when you say JV, meaning you want to stay in the deal or meaning you want to?
Oh, no, like what we did. Remember that deal in Florida?
Yeah, with the Tallahassee?
You stacked a fee on it. Yeah, we could do another one of those too. The only thing about this. Sorry,
you still have that one in Connecticut, the triplex?
It's sold, man.
So, yeah, I figured. I just sent it to someone I met. They were interested, but I figured I was too late.
Yeah, that thing moved quick. $13,000 fee on that is pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I do have another one. I don't even know if you guys would buy something like this, but I got a this is a super rare type of deal. I got a $350K house in San Antonio, 0% interest seller financing, $500 payments per month for 6 years. It's not your guys' bread and butter. It's not multifamily. It's not on your market, but I've only seen one of those deals like once or twice.
Yeah, it's too small for us, but send me the details anyways. I'm a junkie for this stuff.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. But I'll text you this one. This one's a lot bigger. So we have it at 1.7, 150,000 down. We're looking at $4,500 per month in payment, 0% interest.
How long's the balloon?
The balloon is 7 years. Oh, it's actually a lot less than 1.7. It's 1.3. 1.3 million.
Nice. 1.3 plus assignment or 1.3 including?
1.3 million, 150 down, and then we're trying to stack a fee on top of the $150,000 down.
Okay. Very interesting. What do you think it's worth in 7 years when we go to sell it or refi? $2 million?
That's a good question. I don't know. It is important to look at the photos because they've just done like what looks like $1 million renovation on the thing. It's truly stunning.
Okay. They haven't come through yet, but I'm waiting.
I'm writing out the terms here, and then there are some photos. So 1.3 million, 150 down, 4,500 at 0% interest, 7-year balloon. And if you pay down 150 and 4,500 for 7 years, that's 84 times.
Well, I love the building.
Me too. So you pay down, oh my God, you pay down 378 plus 150. So in 7 years time, you are going to owe them 528 principal pay down, 1.3 million. Minus 528, 123. So you're gonna owe them $772,000 in 7 years, which is kind of insane.
Why are they selling it?
I don't know. A group leader sent it to me. This is not my deal. Full transparency.
Yeah. No, I mean your group gets crazy deals. And I should ask, why are they selling? They're selling because your group put in the work and made the calls, and people need to sell. Really good looking building. I'm definitely interested. The biggest question for me is what's the value going to be in 7 years? Make sure I'm not, $1 million underwater. Looking at it, I'm guessing we'll be just fine.
Yeah, I don't think so because you'll owe $700K and a $700,000 asset. I mean, you just got rent breakdowns, $1,200 per month for the 3 units, $1,100 per month for the 2-bed 1 baths, and $1,000 per month for the 1 beds. So it's like a true apartment complex. You could even name this thing. Like you could even give it a little bit of a name. But
what's that total? Do you know?
It should bring in anywhere between 14 and 15,000. It hasn't been rented out since the renovation. The renovation just finished.
Oh, it's vacant.
Yeah, fully vacant. Renovation just finished.
Okay. Less exciting, but still pretty exciting.
Yeah, yeah, and obviously, so we're kind of in
that's bringing in 180,000 a year.
You know, we're in a bit of a pickle here because it's a non-assignable contract. So we're looking to have you guys sign directly with the seller and then pay us on a promissory note outside of escrow. So we don't have a lot of options here. I can't market this deal. I can really just call people who have bought stuff like this off of us previously.
Yeah, that's fine. Also, is it your closing company?
Title company or TC?
Yeah, your title company that's doing the transaction.
Yeah, we'll probably control title on this.
So something I've done in the past, Richard, I was a wholesaler for a long time. I don't know if you know, but when you have a non-assignable contract, you can do either a double close or you can still just do a JV with me, and then they can give you a HUD that's just for the assignment side. And then the seller gets a completely different HUD that doesn't show your assignment.
A blind HUD, but it'll be
it'll
be a non-assignable contract. And then as far as double closing a seller finance deal, what you're doing is you're sub-2ing the seller finance position, which is kind of interesting. We haven't done that before. So my TC is telling me that it would be kind of a bad idea to double close seller finance. But what I have done before is I've just
that is true. I haven't done it with seller financing.
Yeah, we double close cash all the time, but I have connected buyers who I trust, like you guys, directly with the listing agent. You guys sign, and then we just do a promissory note for this. And I figure that that's okay because on a cash deal or a deal with a loan, your assignment's paid by the lender, but here, you're just coming out with cash.
I would need to make sure that in the mortgage note, they're not going to call it due since we came in on the deal or anything, and it's a private party.
I think it is free and
banks are predictable. So
yeah, I think it's free and clear right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is free and clear. But yeah, I saw this and I was like, gosh, this is in the good part of Detroit. Obviously, Detroit is known for being Detroit, but I've been flipping in Detroit heavily recently. There are pockets, there are areas that are a lot safer, and this is probably one of them.
Okay. What's the timeline on this?
Well, we're not under contract. We have verbal, but essentially what happened is I sent them my bank statements, and my bank statements say HMHW LLC. They looked that up, found my Instagram, and they're like, so you're going to wholesale this. And now we're like, well, yeah, we're kind of at a standstill. So we have, in theory, as much time until they get mad about us not signing the deal,
Okay.
Well,
But
yeah.
Let me look at it. We're in a masterclass right now, but I'll run the numbers tomorrow, and it seems like it's checking all the boxes for us.
Yeah.
Would you want to stay in the deal, Richard?
I'm working on stabilizing my current portfolio right now. It's kind of been a mess because I bought so aggressively last year. I have like 3 units.
You can do the management, and you come in as a capital partner.
Probably not on this one. I think we just have our hands in too many stuff right now, and I want to make sure that everything is running smoothly before we acquire again. So I've been turning down amazing deals like that one in Connecticut that would make a lot of sense for me to buy, just because the portfolio has just been such a drain recently. I mean, it's not cash flowing. It's largely a tax shelter. We need to get maybe 2 or 3 units rented out. We're finishing rehab on the 5-plex. We're all done with the 4-plex, and then I have to set up my Airbnb, which is almost done. The contractor moved his entire family into it and then destroyed the property. So, yeah, it was kind of a mess. I'll be honest, man, I am kind of scared of rentals right now because I think I just bought too quickly. And once everything's good to go, I will start acquiring it. I have to for tax purposes.
Yeah. Well, I'd say this. I'm not buying any traditional rentals because I actually think it's a terrible market to be buying. But when you get this 0% seller financing, that changes the math.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm not buying anything traditional. I'm only lending and buying stuff like this.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I really don't have too many people in my inventory who could pull the trigger on something like this. And obviously you guys did it in the past, but this is a much cleaner deal than that. So, I'm wondering if we can make something happen. How long do you think I'd hear back from you?
I mean, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, perfect. Okay, I'll set a reminder to give you guys a call and see if it's something you want to either connect us with the buyer for, or take down. Obviously, you know, make us whatever offer you think makes sense.
Absolutely. Hey, how many doors do you have right now?
I have 28, but a couple of them are flips. So I'm holding 4 doors for flips right now, and I'm closing on another 2 for flips. So, I guess right now I'm holding probably 23 doors, 22 doors across maybe 18 buildings.
Okay, and what's that, like 5 million in net worth? Or on the building worth?
Oh man, most of my, well, I guess I could do a rough estimation. I'd say I bet I have 14 single families. My single families on average are probably 350, so that's about
Oh,
5
goodness.
million. And then I probably have a million in multifamily, and then my primary residence. So I'm probably looking at 7 right now.
Well, if you ever want to talk tax strategies and wealth accumulation stuff with us, we're always happy to
Oh
talk to you.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and I definitely think we should connect on that soon. We're working with the guy who wrote the book Profit First on our tax strategy right now. He's been doing pretty
So
well
you
for
know
us.
more than me soon.
Well, Chris, I should say Chris is. I should say Chris is. But yeah, I'm gonna do a stream where I review all my wholesale deals, and I've got more than I've personally had in closing in a while. I think I have $45,000 in net assignment fees to me closing, not including community deals at all. So I'm gonna run through all the deals we have.
That's super fun. All right, well, I'll let you go, man. But yeah, let's talk again tomorrow about this.
Absolutely. Talk soon. Bye bye.
Bye.
So, dude, I just want to tell you, I have a $20,000. I have a $50,000 assignment fee from that buyer right here. He's he's a great buyer. Where is it? My cut was 20. The total was 50. Where'd she go? 5. There's so many now. But yeah, that sounds promising, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Sounds pretty good. I know we'll get it done one way or another. As long as the seller doesn't pull a fast one, we should be fine.
Yeah. I think this is bulletproof because there's literally no assignment. So we can, guys, let's say wholesaling real estate gets banned entirely. Just pair your end buyer with the seller directly and have them sign a promissory note. Aaron says, I'll sell you my house right now. No joke. Aaron, what's your address? If you have an address, I'll bring you on the show. I'll negotiate with you in real time. Well, if it makes sense. The things that kill deals for me are rural. If you live in the middle of nowhere, Aaron, there's very little I can do to help you. Can you answer my DM on Instagram? My employee might get back to you, but honestly, man, the reason I have a Discord is because there's just no way. There's just no way. Imagine that. I mean, dude, 30 million people see my stuff per month, sometimes more. So it's like it's pretty hard for me to keep up with all that, you know. How do I give you my address without putting it on the web? That's a good question. Can you DM it to me, Aaron? I'll DM you right now. So your username is Aaron Ellis. Oh, you have a private account, man. I can't DM you. I just clicked follow. I just followed you, Aaron. So if you let me follow you, we can talk, but your account is private, so there's not actually. Well, I don't exactly know how to do that. 3 deals in my first year as an agent, slowly but surely scaling. Dude, that's what I'm excited to hear. That was a weird sentence. Okay, guys, let's run through them all because I have so many right now, and I'm going to show you how I do it. Hi, Richard. I'm back again today. I want to call like you mentioned yesterday. I also have another 3 offers. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with. Oh, Juan, did you send me the address? Yeah, you did.
I did. I appreciate you, by the way. Really thankful for that.
Yeah, man. I actually have a lot of faith in this buyer.
I mean, yeah, no, me too. I guess I don't know him like that, so I go through you.
I
appreciate you.
He's got about 400 doors, dude. So he's ripping, and they're all big ones like this. Okay, Aaron, you just let me follow. Okay, perfect. Aaron, you can now DM me your address and I'll go ahead and pull it up and see if it's something I can help you out with. I may be able to, I may not be able to. It's kind of hit or miss here. Some properties can move, others can't. So we'll see. Okay, so he's texting me this address. Let's go ahead and check this out, guys. I'm sharing my screen. Okay. So first things first, guys, is I'm going to prop stream his address. So hopefully he decides to send us in. Whoa. New Hampshire. I've never done this in... Oh, I have 2 tabs open. I got to close this. I don't need this. Oh, no. Did I just end my YouTube stream or are we still here? Oh, we're still here. Okay. And then can you guys see my screen? Is that working? I'll try it one more time. Okay, I'm just going to zoom out. Oh, man. That's rural. That's rural. You know, real estate moves where people live. And honestly, I don't really see a lot of activity out here. Like the streets are pretty far and few between. Population. Yeah, 5,000 people live here, man. Unfortunately, buyers, when it comes to deploying capital, my question to you is, do you have the knowledge of what you would do in this circumstance? Unfortunately, too rural to move. Population is everything. 5K people live here. Okay, not much I can do there, unfortunately. Okay, let's get back to it. All right, so right now, guys, a little bit of a motivation post, a little bit of a motivation exercise. I want to show you what I have in closing and what I'm working on right now because I have been grinding. Y'all have been seeing me grind, and I want to show you what that has yielded because the same can be true for you. Now, I think the perception is that a lot of these deals don't come off of Zillow, but I actually have a number that are on Zillow and closing right now. And a lot of these have EMD in. So I'm going to go ahead and show everybody right now what I have in closing. We're going to tally it. I'm going to break down each method for you, a little bit of an education day. And then I'm also going to bring people up to review their deals and do any calls that we may have. So this is going to be exciting. We haven't done this in a little bit. We're live on all platforms. Okay, so let's get started. I will include the one that I closed yesterday because come on, that closed yesterday. So starting off, we'll start off. These are all in order. So these are all in the order of when I got them. And I have one more. So I have this guy too. And then I have one. I have this guy. And then is there anything else? I'm just going to find all my deals right here. No, that's not my deal. That is my deal. Oh, Winthrop. We've just got that accepted too. But it's not signed yet, so I won't count it. And then Allen Street. Do we have Allen Street here? AL. Yes, we do. Okay. All right. So all of the deals that you see on my screen right now are going to be cash deals, creative finance deals, both seller finance and mortgage takeover. Take a day off. I do take days off, Saturday and Sunday. So the first deal that I got in this pipeline is going to be 16108 Lappin Street in Detroit, Michigan. Now, this is a deal that we have popularized. It's not a subject to deal. It is a mortgage takeover deal. We don't really do subject to, well, that's not true. I have a subject to deal in closing right now. We prefer not to do subject to because largely agents don't accept it. Agents have heard subject to over and over and over and over again. And you know, it's hard to pitch that and have them say yes to it. Call me about my house we DM'd about. Is it do you own that house, man? You were probably talking to my employee. Anyways, this deal closed yesterday. I have the check for it, but that's okay. It's a $5,000 assignment fee. Essentially, this thing is cool because it has a stupid high interest rate. And it's a Section 8 deal. I actually have a number of Section 8 properties in closing right now. So the address on it, if you'd like to follow along, is 16108 Lappin Street. This is my contractor's house. This is my contractor's house. So I flip houses in Detroit. My contractor had a house, and he was like, "Hey, man, I want to sell this house." I looked at the deal and I was like, given everything about this, probably 70K. And he was like, "Nah, I owe 61. I can't take that. I wouldn't make any money." And I was like, "Okay, what if we take over your debt for 12K? You'll make a little bit more there." I pitched him a mortgage takeover deal, and he said yes. Now, something to note about this is at a $12,000 entry on this deal, guys, we are already at 15%. This is an $80,000 house, maybe even less than that. We're at 15% right now. So first of all, the entry was really, really high. The thing that I really liked about this deal is that the mortgage, although it was at 7.75% interest, it's only costing $633 per month, like exactly $633 per month, because this amount right here is so small. The amount that they have a loan on is tiny, tiny, tiny. Even at a 7.75% interest rate on 60,000, it just doesn't really have much of an effect on it. So you have a very small monthly payment, $633, and there was a tenant in place. The tenant in place was paying $1,200. So on top of the fully renovated condition, because he was my contractor or is my contractor, we also have a tenant actively paying $1,250. So the obvious thing here is cash flow. What's the address? 16108 Lappin Street. 16108 Lappin Street. I sent it to one of my buyers. This buyer is a Muslim buyer. He can't pay interest, but fortunately somebody else's name is on the loan, so technically he's not paying interest. And he entered this for $17,000. And thanks so much, guys. I appreciate the positivity. It's really nice to hear. So essentially, the cool thing about this is he entered this deal at an interest rate above market interest rates and at a down payment that is above what you'd have to put down normally, which usually breaks the rules. But the reason it didn't here is because this thing is it's creative finance. So you don't have to get your own loan, and the buyer situation kind of let us know that, it just made a lot of sense for the buyer given his religion. So this person just sent me a deal. Louisa, VA. 32 Miltons. Let me just see that. Oh, outside of Richmond. I'll just keep this here. I'll look at it a little bit later. So it's 32 Miltons Lane. 32 Miltons Lane, Louisa, VA. Okay. So, it is pretty rural, man. I can't really move deals like that. That it's just like we need to be in Richmond. We need to be in Richmond or Charlottesville, or Fredericksburg. It's really hard when it's rural like that, man. I'm sorry. There's probably not much I can do about that. Anyways, my assignment fee on this was $5,000. I'll sell you the house you looked at for 93. Dude, it's rural, man. I don't have buyers for that. I'm sorry. Anyways, that was my first one. So that's 5,000. Let's start the tally, guys. How much am I doing this month in wholesale deals? Picked that up off of my contractor. Nice little off-market deal house he just happened to have. Then my next one was a social media submission. This is 1314 Charlotte, Norman, Oklahoma. This deal almost fell through. The seller tried to back out. I saved the deal. Something I really like about this is that this is so good that I would buy this deal. So the house is fully renovated, guys. I'll flip my camera and I'll show TikTok this one time. So the house is fully renovated and the seller was $15,000 behind on their mortgage payments. Do you know what I did in that scenario, knowing that we can't enter this deal for $15,000? I had him call the bank and I was like, "Hey, man, why don't you just ask them if you can put your money on the back end of your loan since it's an FHA loan?" And the bank said yes. You're overlooking it. The town I live in is a rich town. Why are you selling it for 93 then, man? 93,000? Clavicular Junior says wholesaling is dead. Okay, well, this is the second one I have in closing. $7,000 here. The cool thing is the seller was going to lose the house, and we reinstated his loan, putting all of the money on the back end of the loan, and then we offered him $5K to take over the debt. So I think this is cool because it lets you know, hey, you can get a deal for $5K down. You can get a deal for $0 down. In fact, I have a $0 down deal closing right now. Anyways, this has a 3.5% interest rate. 3.5% interest. That's absolutely insane. So beautiful interest rate, really low down payment, not really any cash flow. And yes, Hold My Hand Wholesale does teach fix and flip. So I got a $7,000 assignment fee off of that. So adding that to the total, that's $12,000 in closing. Only the first one is closed. That was yesterday. I just got the check. And then we have this guy, and you guys actually saw me do this start to finish this week. You guys remember this deal that's on my screen right here, the condo in San Diego? San Diego. What am I saying? How do you acquire $0 down? I'll tell you right now. So you guys saw me acquire this thing, and essentially the seller bought it last month. He owes $505,000, and the house is worth maybe $495,000. So you're not going to sell a house where you owe more than it's worth and come out with money. In fact, the realtor is going to take $20,000 just to sell the house. So this is a condo in San Diego. It's a fully renovated condo. It's not the nicest property in the world, but it is important to note that this thing is right next to the beach. So this is the condo. It's a solid property. I will say the bathroom's been fully renovated, so that's pretty nice. And the seller is completely over leveraged, owes more than the property is worth. So I call him the other day and I'm like, hey man, we could probably find somebody to take over your debt if you paid part of the closing costs. And he agreed. So he's paying $1,500 towards closing costs. I sent it to my buddy. My buddy walked the property and he's buying it for his mom. Because it's a condo in San Diego. This is a tiny fee. I sold it to my friend. I don't want to make a lot of money off of my friends, but I got to make something for the deal. That's a $3,000 fee. So that's $15,000 in closing right now. And guys, if you're wondering, when does he find time to do this? Literally on my live streams. Just here. I don't really call outside of my live streams. Very occasionally, I'll have an agent call me back after my live stream. I actually do have one of those deals in closing right now, and I'll do the call then, but I'm not calling on the weekend. I'm not calling before my streams. I am calling for 1 to 2 hours per day, if that. And remember, I'm yapping the entire time. And given that I'm yapping the entire time, I'm much less efficient than you could be. So guys, everything that I do could be done in an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Of course, I put in a lot of work beforehand to get to this point, but all of these calls are right in front of you. You're seeing the entire operation, my side hustle, as I say, right? So this address right here, because I have to give addresses or else it's fake, it's 6780 Friars Road. 6780 Friars Road, off-market condo. Who knew you could wholesale condos? Well, you can. In fact, Braden Tinkman of Hold My Hand Wholesale wholesaled a condo in Honolulu for $44,000. That's right. It was a condo, very average looking condo, but it was in a high rise in Honolulu overlooking the water. And guys, people want these things. 5% interest, no cash flow condo, $44K assignment fee. Holy shit. So this is a condo, and if you're going to wholesale a condo, what do you need to know? Aaron, I don't think you're hearing me, man. You're saying I'm gonna miss out on the deal, but I'm telling you, I can't. If I send a deal to my buyer, the first thing that they're going to look at is the population, and 5,000 people live there. So we do rental properties and fix and flips. The amount of people in your area that can rent and flip, tiny, because 5,000 people live there. It's a tiny market. Even if you don't know anything about real estate, what you do know is location. And if nobody lives there, like the size of a large high school lives there, there's not a whole lot of buyers who want to buy there, Anyways, this is a $3,000 assignment fee. And the cool thing is it's $0 down. $0 down. So pretty cool. $3,000. I think I could have sold it for closer to $6,000 or $7,000, but it was a buddy of mine who's buying it for his mom. So I wanted to cut him a bit of a deal. That puts my total assignment fees at $15,000. Now, Yusuf, are you in the chat with us? Is Mr. Yusuf in the chat? This is a deal I worked on directly with one of our students. I had to follow up over and over again. You know how much this one is? $13,000 for this one individually. We found a buyer today for this. So we found a buyer today. They're going to be walking it tomorrow or maybe this weekend, and it's $13,000. Now, not you guys, but my buyers have been trying to contact my agent because it's so good. But I told the agent I'm wholesaling it. So the agent actually knows that I'm wholesaling this house in Austin, Texas. You guys on TikTok want to see? This is my next one for $13,000. This one took me 3 weeks. Not like consistent work for 3 weeks, but just, hey, any update? Hey, any update? Hey, any update? Hey, any update? Just over and over again, that sort of stuff. And eventually They said yes to my offer after trying to rent out the property themselves and not finding anybody. So, what is this deal? Well, it's one of the craziest deals of all time, guys. This is actually insane. No, you don't have to be in the United States to do this. I had a 4 and 12-year-old complete a deal. My last house was found for me by a guy. Well, one of my last houses was found for me by a guy in Nairobi, Kenya. So I had a guy in Costa Rica do a deal. We have a lot of Eastern Europeans doing deals. Like, oh my God, Canadians rip in this community. My house in Atlanta, 45 Baker Road, was found for me by a guy living in Canada. So there's really no reason to be in the United States. Singapore too, like lots. And honestly, Egypt, there's a student in Egypt named Yusuf. He has like 25,000 in closing right now, and he collected 25,000 last month too, which is insane. Anyways, this one got assigned is pending assignment for $13,000. It just has to be walked, and then it's a go. That's a $59,000 entry on a $350,000 property, 0% interest seller financing. The seller of the property on my screen agreed to sell me this property for $350,000, which is more than it's worth by about $40,000, with a down payment of $36,000, monthly payments of $500. A 6-year balloon on that too. 0% interest. Should I trust a guy who has a dirty used car salesman mustache? Probably not. No. But I would say that you should trust addresses because I'm giving you addresses. The address on this one is 368 House Finch Loop, adding to my total assignment fees another $13,000. That puts me at $28,000 in assignment fees. I don't think it's that bad, man. What do we think? Should I shave it or keep it? What do you think? Keep the mustache, shave the mustache. I get good comments and I get bad comments. I don't know. You'll have to tell me. What is the... Oh, not a single person says get rid of it. That's crazy. Anyways, so the next one I have in closing is another $13,000 deal, and this time it's a cash deal. Now, oh my God, is Mr. Mike here? This is with Mike. I don't know if Mr. Mike is here, but this is Mike's deal, and maybe we can hear it from Mike. So Mike acquired this off of, I understand, Lightning Leads or somewhere else, Mike?
Yeah, brother, that's correct. Sorry, yes, Lightning Leads.
Oh my goodness, Lightning Leads. So my very own software generated this deal, guys. We've been pushing it for a while. It does pretty well. It does pretty well. We've got a lot of people signed up on Lightning Leads, hopefully more. But Lightning Leads is off market for Hold My Hand Wholesale. And when Mike showed me this deal, I was like, dude, there's a couple things that stand out to me. First and foremost, this stands out to me. This emergency sign. I recognize that. Where have I seen that before? Oh, that's right. My college campus. This means that we're on a college campus, and this means that this is a much safer area than a lot of other areas in Akron, Ohio, which can be a little bit of a dangerous area. But this is what the house looked like. And as I looked at the house, I was just completely floored. Oh my God, have I lost it? Oh, there it is. I was completely floored by the condition. Like zooming into this thing, it's just perfect. And I was like, oh my God, this is so well maintained. The grass is mowed. The roof is new. The siding's nice. The windows are nice. Everything looked perfect on this thing. And then Mike drops a bomb on me and says it's actively rented for $2,600 per month, which is insane. So Mike, how did you find this? You were on Lightning Leads. What happened?
I kid you not, bro. That was one Saturday. I made one call. The guy didn't answer. I left him a voicemail, sent him a text, and then after that, we just kept in communication.
And honestly, I think we're giving him maybe exact market value.
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, what I'm most excited for is those other 3 properties that he has already in mind, which I already sent him offers, but he just wants to go one at a time.
So guys, this thing is not worth a whole lot more than we're selling it for. The thing is, it's just a perfect property. It's just a perfect investment. The estimated value is $109,000, but honestly, as I look at the properties that are for sale in the area, it's more than that, guys. It's more than that. So these houses are selling for more than $109,000. I think they're selling for closer to $150,000. Mike got this under contract at $125,000. And we assigned this to a buyer I met in a one-on-one I was doing. He said, hey, I really want to buy turnkey Section 8 properties. And I was like, boy, do I have the deal for you. Another $13,000. And we're in closing for that right now. EMD is submitted. Paired him with our lender outside of the community. He is not really a real estate investor, so we needed help with the entire process, and we did it for him. That's another $13,000 in closing, guys. Adding that to the total, That puts me at 41,000, which is honestly a massive underestimate of how much we have in closing. Because guys, I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more deals to show you that I'm working on. And honestly, all of these are EMDN. This is a cash deal that you saw me acquire with a student out of the Discord. This is really simple. From time to time, I'll provide a cash deal to my buyer, Harrison Goldblatt. Harrison is a Section 8 buyer. He's got about 65 doors. You can find him on Instagram. Great guy, really, really knowledgeable in the field, buys in Cleveland, Ohio. $3,000 assignment fee on this cash deal. And the cool thing about this is I really didn't do anything. Like the student got this thing for 62. It's listed for 70, maybe 61. They got it for 61. It's listed for 70. That's not really that much of a discount, but we were still able to get a $3,000 fee just making a single phone call. So adding that to the stack, that puts me at $44,000 in closing right now. And then we have a deal that you guys saw me follow up on similarly to House Finch. You guys saw me follow up on this Hartford, Connecticut deal. Hartford, Connecticut. This is a really, really awesome triplex. It's a triplex in Hartford, Connecticut. The property appears to be in beautiful, immaculate condition, and it's currently occupied at $5,800 per month, $5,700 per month, and it has a mortgage payment of $3,800. This is a mortgage takeover deal. We took over the deal. It has a 5.875% interest rate. Today is Bring the Receipts Thursday. Yes, it is. Today, it has a 5.875% interest rate, and we assign that one for another $13,000. That's right, guys. 3 deals, 13,000. 13,000 is a very common figure for us in Hold My Hand Wholesale. That puts my total in closing at $57,000, and we're still not done. Then we got this one, which I'm not going to quite tell you about yet because it's these are my 2 most recents, guys. So I have a couple that I'm working on. I'll show you the 3 that I'm working on. So, and then I also have my flip. So I could include my flip if I wanted to, but for just wholesale fees right now, I personally have 57,000 in closing. That does not include the other 160,000 that we have in closing. Probably more. I didn't meet with the Dispo girls today, so probably more than that. But I also have this flip that I'm acquiring. I bought this thing for, or I'm sorry. This is the one that I'm buying right now. The one that I'm renovating right now, which is going to come to market soon, is this one. And I should be looking at about $40,000 profit on that. And I should be looking at another $35,000 to $40,000 profit on this one as well. So those are my 2 flips that I'm working on right now. I am open to acquiring another one. I do pay assignment fees if you want to look on my behalf. I'm looking in Detroit right now. I want low to medium rehabs in Detroit. And then I'll show you the deals that I have in closing, or I'll show you the deals that I'm working on that I got accepted. So I got this accepted today. This is a follow-up that's been in the back of my phone for 6 months. This guy has been on and off. Well, maybe we should do the deal. Maybe we shouldn't do the deal, to the point where I don't even remember where he came from at this point. I have no idea where he came from. I don't know where the lead came from, but this is a really, really cool deal, guys. This is really awesome. This guy owes $48K on his loan. We're giving him $9K to take over the loan. $9K. And it's an equity play. The house is worth 70. He owes 48. We're giving him 9. So effectively, you're buying for 58 and it's worth closer to 70,000. So you walk in with a little bit of equity. The condition in the property is looking pretty good. I would imagine that I get anywhere from 5,000 to 6,000 off of this, just like my last one in Lappin. This one might be a little bit better, a little bit lower interest rate, maybe a little bit more cash flow and a bit more equity. But I should make about 5,000 or 6,000 off this one. And then you guys saw me acquire this one directly off of Zillow. Remember that day where I just did call after call after call and nobody picked up the phone? Well, I had an agent call me back and he agreed to my offer. And he said that we should be getting a signed contract today. Now, this thing is exciting. This is a quadplex needing 10 to 15K rehab that I got for 4K down. Isn't that insane? 4K. I'm serious. $4,000 down for a quadplex. I would imagine I only sell this for 5 since it needs rehab. But those are the deals that I'm currently working on right now, not including my flips. When you include my flips, guys, we're probably looking at $170,000 in accounts receivable in the next month, which is really exciting to say. Really, really, really exciting to say. So yeah, these flips are across the markets of California, Iowa, Connecticut, Ohio, Michigan, and Texas. So if you're wondering where I'm doing deals right now, it's 6 different states. I'm doing deals in 6 different states right now. Anyways, I wanted to show all of you that, and then I wanted to demonstrate how we can acquire these deals from scratch. Okay? Okay. So let me grab a protein bar really quick, and then we're going to jump right back into it. And then after I'm done breaking down the lesson for today, exactly how I acquired these and how you guys can do the same, we'll go ahead and take questions. Can I get a hard money loan against my current mortgage? It depends how much equity you have. Generally, you can leverage yourself up to 85 or 90% if it's a if it's a primary residence, but if it's an investment, only 75%. So your loan to value ratio is probably 85 to 90%, but I'm not much of a retail guy, so I would look that up too. What's the best way to buy your first home? Find somebody who's well, I'll actually show you this, Haley. Haley's in the chat asking me what's the best way to buy her first home. Haley, check this out. The seller of this house, or sorry, it's a condo. The seller of this really nice condo by the beach in San Diego, they sold it to me for $0 down. Like they just let me step into their mortgage, $0 down, and they're paying part of the closing costs, and it's in San Diego. So what I would say is you need to find an over leveraged. I was looking in San Diego. Well, yeah. You need to find an over leveraged individual on their mortgage. You can use a software like PropStream to do that. PropStream shows you what people owe on their mortgage. And imagine you have somebody who is listed for $500K and they owe $480. They're not going to make any money on the sale. And effectively, they would just let you take over their position in the loan. That's part of what we teach in Hold My Hand Wholesale. So that's probably the best way to buy your first house. Anyways, guys, I'm going to grab a protein bar really quickly. I've got this s'mores bar from Quest. It's so fire. I'll be right back, okay? One sec. All right, we're back. Okay. I need to know what website he uses to find these homes. Well, we're going to do it right now. So what do you want to start with, guys? Cash? You guys want to start with cash? You guys want to start with creative finance? When you take over somebody's loan, does that bank do what they would normally do? No, I just put it into a trust and I buy the trust. Owner stays on the trust. You guys want to look at cash deals first, seller finance, or mortgage takeover? And Alicia, I'll get to all these questions when I'm done with the demo today. Everybody wants to look at cash. Okay. I think our deal in Birmingham is probably the best example of a cash deal right now. Let's see if I can find it. No, man? Ah, God, I don't know where it is. It's listed for 88,000. I could probably pinpoint it from price. So 86,900. It's 86,000, so it should be between 86 and 87,000. And then it's pending, so we'll just filter to go include pending deals. And then is it this guy? No, but that would be perfect. Is it this guy? No. Is it this guy? Yes, it's this one. Okay, this is closing Monday. Is the student in the chat with us? Yes, you're here. Come talk to us. The quest post got me. It's not Bobby approved. Who's Bobby? I love the quest bars. Okay, so Daniel, this is your deal, man. You wanna talk a little bit about it? It's $8,000 closing. What is it, Monday?
Yeah, Monday.
Tell us a little bit about this, man. How'd you find this?
Just scrolling on Zillow and making calls.
And
I
you
didn't do very much, man. I just called and then I just asked about the foundation and roof, and then I just throw the offer. I originally throw 60, and then he went up to 65, so I agreed to it.
nice. How many calls do you think that took you? Because this wasn't the first one you called, right?
I think I would say 40 calls.
Mm-hmm.
40
Valid.
calls, yeah.
Valid, yeah. And I understand that's not your only cash deal in closing too. You've got another one, huh?
Yeah, Manning Street. That's another one in Detroit, Michigan. That's closing Monday too.
And how much is that one for?
That one is for 60. I locked it for 60.
What is your what's your assignment fee?
6,500.
Wow. So $14,500 this guy alone. And he does it with an accent, guys. What a challenge. And he makes it happen. So the odds are against him and he still makes it happen. But what makes a good Section 8 deal a good Section 8 deal? What would you say? How would you answer that question?
I mean, what the property rents out for, probably if it's above 1,300, that's a deal.
Okay. So we factor in the rent. What about the price? Does the price mean anything?
Yeah, sure. Of course. If it's in the average of 80, 85 to 90, I would throw 60 to 65, max 68, depends on rent.
Yeah.
If it's at 90, I would throw 65, the highest 72.
Yeah, I honestly love what you're doing there because it is true that 99% of these deals sell between 60 and 75,000. So guys, if you're this is all about cash on cash return. So there's two types of cash deals that we do. We do distressed cash deals. Distressed cash deals like the one that I showed you. Where is she? She's right here. Yeah, this is a distressed cash deal, guys. So this house is going to need some rehab. Distressed cash deals, they play by a different set of rules, and I'll break that down in just a second. But honestly, if you're looking to do normal single family Section 8 deals, I saw a really good one up here. This one looked great. Now it's pending right now. It probably is pending with us, if I'm being honest. But let's see what the rent is on this, and I'll go ahead and tell you what our offer would be. But before I even look at the rent, guys, anywhere from 60 to 70K will be my offer. And honestly, it'll be closer to 70K because of the rent that we're seeing here. So I'm really liking this property. This thing, as I look at it, this looks great, and I'd love to get something like this for $65,000 to $68,000. I think 70 is slightly high for this, largely because we're getting a little bit close to what they're asking. And I want to make sure that we're below that. Because remember, we stack a fee. And one of the first things that they're going to do, the buyer, when they see this deal, is they're going to say, hey, it's way too close to list price. So we want to make sure that we're providing a discount for them. So the thing to note about Section 8 deals is there's really 3 or 4 states that we're confident in turnkey Section 8s. That's going to be Memphis, Tennessee, Birmingham, Alabama, Detroit, Michigan, and Cleveland, Ohio. So those are the areas that we're really confident. Is that to say that we can't do it elsewhere? No, but it's just those are where we have really strong repeat buyers. So I would say those are the areas that we're doing these cheap Section 8 cash deals in. Huntsville, Alabama is fine as well. We see Savannah, Georgia from time to time, Columbus, Ohio from time to time. But honestly, guys, Birmingham and Detroit are just so good. Cleveland's awesome, but you have that wholesale disclosure that you have to get past now, which has not stopped us from doing deals in Ohio. I still have a deal closing in Ohio with Mike, and we got the seller to sign the disclosure. So there's a formula that you need to know to make these deals work, and it's going to be rent times 0.8 minus PITI times 12 divided by total cost of entry equals cash on cash return. So let's find a hypothetical here, guys, and let's see if we can make an offer on that property. Now, I really like this, guys. We can't make an offer because it's pending, but honestly, let's just use this one. So this guy's rent is 1332. Let's say 1325. 1325 multiplied by 0.8. So follow along with the formula above. I'll go ahead and drop the formula in the chat. Does it work with 15K rehab? No, these need to be turnkey. Sorry, I'm getting crazy texts. I have this kid who somehow found my phone number and he just won't stop blowing me up. Anyways, this is your formula. Let's plug in the formula. So rent, right? Rent up here, 1325 multiplied by 0.8 is 1060. We're then going to subtract the PITI. That's the next part of the equation. Well, what is PITI? You're speaking too fast, man. What are you talking about? PITI is your mortgage payment. PITI is a technical term for your entire mortgage payment. So, this here is a house listed at 87. I think it would be nice to get it for 68,000 max, maybe 67,000. I'm going to say 67,000, and I'm going to imagine that I sell it to my buyer at 71. So let's imagine they buy it at 71, paying me a $4,000 finder's fee. And yeah, these deals don't take that much to acquire, so the fees are a little bit smaller than your normal deals, but they're pretty low hanging fruit, guys. So I'm going to run it as if a buyer were buying this at 71. If you buy a deal at 71,000, your down payment is going to be 14,200. How do you know? Well, it's an even 20%. And it's principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, but it's going to be an even 7% interest rate. Your monthly payment here would be 377, and we like to use 250 for taxes and insurance as an overestimate. That would mean your monthly payment would be $627 per month, right? So let's go ahead and subtract that from our rent multiplied by 0.8 minus our PITI. That leaves us with $388 of monthly cash flow, which I'm not super happy about, but we'll take it. Multiplying this by 12, I'm seeing that we're looking at $4,656 per year. And now I'm going to divide that by the buyer's total cost of entry, which will be this plus about $8K for closing costs, which is going to put us at $22,200. Wait, yeah, $22,200. So the buyer may enter this for $22,200. Now that cash on cash return provided is 21%. Now that's a little low, guys. That's a little low. So I'd like that to be closer to 25%. And if it's at 30%, it's stellar. So that lets you know that you may want to get something that rents for 1,400 at a 65K price point to hit that cash on cash return. So these deals, guys, they fall through because of condition, not cash flow. The condition on this looks really good, but you really have to drill the agent and ask about it because, there's a conflict of interest for them to tell you that it's in great condition. Anyways, this would be awesome. I think the price to get this at would be $62,000 because I just ran it at 71 and I think the buyer needs to enter this for 66,000. Anyways, this is awesome. I like this deal. I wouldn't be worried about the condition. One other thing to note about these cash deals for turnkey rental properties is that your crime is a factor. Buyers care about crime. They want to know that you're not in a war zone. They don't care about so much these thefts and these assaults that you see. They care about these shootings. Now I'm seeing that there's no shootings in my area, so that's totally fine. As long as there's no shootings, we're totally fine. Anyways, that's how I would find myself a turnkey cash deal. Now, when I say cash, it's important to note that I just mean lump sum, like no creative financing. But it's technically a deal where the buyer gets a loan. All of these buyers are going to be getting loans. Quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. Okay. Now we're going to move on to cash deals with distressed cash deals. Now you could absolutely find something like this in Birmingham, Alabama. And honestly, I will find this in Birmingham, Alabama. All right. Now, how do I find a cash deal in Birmingham, Alabama that's distressed? Well, it starts with finding where the good areas are. So I happen to know, and it's pretty easy to find out. Wrong pipe, excuse me. I'm going to look for the luxury properties first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a price filter that filters out any houses that are selling for the median housing price. Fix and flip properties are going to sell for above the median housing price. So in order to find out where the clusters of flipped properties are, well, I'm going to zoom out against the entire city. I'm going to put in a price filter of, I don't know, perhaps I put in a price filter of minimum $200,000. And I want to find out where those properties are and where those properties aren't. And that shows me pretty well. So they're not here, guys. That's not where flips are happening. Flips are happening here. Let's zoom in even more. Where are the most of them? Okay, so like right here, here, and then a lot more expensive over here. So this is much more expensive. So it seems like this area is a really good area to flip. Where else? So let's put a maximum price point of 300,000. 300,000. Okay, so we can see that this is a good area to flip. So lots of good flips are occurring right here, guys. The first house that I clicked on, fix and flip, guys. First one I clicked on is a fix and flip. So I know that the nice products are being delivered right here. Now I'm going to draw around this area and we're going to remove all filters because I know that this is where the good area is. This is one of the good areas in Birmingham for flipped properties. So I've just drawn that boundary. Let's get rid of the filters that we had in place to see what's for sale here. And now I'm looking for the shitty house amongst good ones. I'm looking for the shitty house amongst a ton of good ones. And here's a $51,000 house. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Perfect fix and flip. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So I've already found my property, guys. That was pretty easy, right? The neighbor's house is listed for $200,000. Wouldn't that suggest that we could sell for something like that? Yes, it would. Okay, so now let's draw around the general vicinity of the property and figure out what that thing would sell for if it were renovated, or if it would sell if it were renovated, because maybe it won't, you know? But that looks pretty clean to me. And when I say clean, I just mean like standard rehab. So I'm still on Zillow. Now, I want to make note of what I am. I'm a 3-bed, 1-bath with 962 square feet, built in 1955. So I'm going to go from for sale to sold, and I'm just going to see what's selling here. And guys, I want to let you know, this is the flipping process as well. Let's see. Do we have anything that's selling here that's pretty similar to us? So these guys aren't really what we are. You know, that's a much different type of property. We want to find somebody just like that. Just like that. Is that not our exact house? It's built in 1956. We're 1955. We're 962 square feet. They're 1164 square feet. Come on, guys. That's literally exactly what we are. That's a cookie cutter comp. How long did it take me to find this, guys? Seconds, minutes, not very much time at all. So what am I doing? Well, I'm going to grab my price per square foot, guys, because I want to say, okay, so if this guy sold at this price, what would I sell for? And I can't say that I'd sell for the same price because I have less square footage. So I want to see what it sold per square foot, and then I want to average that for 3. So let me close out my tabs. The first one is 172 per square foot. Now, I did a little bit of a boo-boo here, and I'm realizing that this thing sold in 2024. Unfortunately, I can't use that as a comp. Pretty unfortunate. I'll use it if I have to, but guys, it's just unfortunately that thing is it's old, and as an old property, we can't exactly say that it's a comp. So, wow. And honestly, that's pretty hard, guys, because that was one of our best comps here. Now, I'll draw around a little bit of a larger area to see what I can find. There's definitely evidence that houses will sell for that price here. I may go a little bit back in time, but honestly, that's pretty unfortunate that comp disappeared. We still have this guy right here, and that's a really beautifully flipped house. Like, guys, that looks stunning. It sold for $245. The only thing is it's a 3.2 and it's got more square footage than us. So I'm thinking our ARV is like about 175 right now. I think we'll probably sell for 175. I'm going to keep looking. This guy got 208,000. Interior appears to be nicely renovated. Not amazing taste in the renovation, but it looks like it was decently well done. So there's and then we got another one here, 1440 square feet. Looks like it sold and now they're reselling it for less. So this thing sold and now they're reselling it for a little bit less, but nice staging, bro. Anyways, that's unfortunate, guys. I had a really good comp and now I don't have a really good comp and a little bit hard. I think this is a pretty solid comp for 200. But yeah, we'll use 172 per square foot. Let's use 160 per square foot and we'll multiply it by our 962, was it? Was it 962? Yeah, 962. So now that puts our ARV kind of low, guys. I'll use my 170. Yeah, so I think the ARV is about 165. I think this thing will sell for reasonably about 165,000 if it's renovated. Now, how much is it going to cost to get it to 165K? Well, are we going to need a roof? Yeah, we're going to need a roof. The roof is going to be like 8K. Are we going to need siding? No, but we're going to need paint. Call it 3K for the paint. Are we going to need windows? Yes. The windows are pretty expensive. The windows are probably going to be another maybe $7,000. There's not very many. So we're looking at $9,000 for the roof, $3,000 for the paint, maybe call it $4,000 for the paint inside and outside. $3,500. And then landscaping, we're going to landscape, call it $5K worth of $3,000 worth of landscaping. That stuff's pretty cheap. We're going to do new windows. The new windows are probably going to cost like $7,000. Windows are pretty expensive, guys, vinyl ones. You need well, that's hardwood actually. Yeah, that's hardwood. That could be refinished. Oh, but it's missing. It is missing some wood, isn't it? Well, we could lay down LVP. That wood is looking okay in this room, but in other rooms, not so much. So we'll say we maybe need 4,000 for the floors. 4,000 for the floors. We already did the paint inside. We're going to need some drywall work. Maybe we need 2,500 in drywall. Doesn't look like very much. And then we need kitchen and bath. And then to do the kitchen and bath, maybe we'll be looking at 6,000 for the kitchen and maybe about 3,000 for the bath. And then maybe we'll find something that we don't know about for another 5,000, bringing us to $43,000 for my rehab budget. We'll call it 45 for round numbers. So you're going to take your ARV. I think a reasonable ARV for this is 165. I'm going to multiply that by 0.7. And then I'm going to subtract my rehab budget of $45,000. And then that's going to put me at 70,000 as a buy price. And this thing is listed at 50,000. So guys, this thing is a deal at list, which means that there's more issues than I'm aware of. So we can never get a deal at list price, but guys, that just means that you want to get this as low as you can. I would probably shoot my shot at like 28-30. I think $28,000-$30,000. I shoot my shot at this. I'm going to call the agent right now. I'm going to look them up on PropStream to understand what figure they're looking for based on their debt on the property and what they last purchased it for. But yeah, let's see if we can make an offer on this. So no debt on the property. Yeah, great. Okay, seems pretty standard. We're going to go ahead and give them a call. So I don't want to call the office number. I want to call the realtor. Realtor's name is Madrine. Can be $350 each window installed. Yeah, I think so. But how many windows we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then probably a number on the sides and the back. So 7,000 might be a little bit of an overestimate, but better safe than sorry. Do you do subject to? Yeah, I do. Okay. And we are calling on a cash deal.
Hi, this is Madrine with 5 Star Real Estate. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message, and I will return your call as soon as possible. Thank you. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hi there, Madrine. My name is Richard Taylor. I'm calling you about the listing you have on Norwood Circle in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm a landlord in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and I'm currently flipping houses in Detroit. And this is kind of like Detroit, but in the South. It's actually a pretty similar market. I saw the house you have listed on Norwood, and it looks like a pretty cookie cutter rehab. I comped out the after repair value, and it seems to be close to $165,000. I think it would be great for me to get into this. But I'm curious. I would have assumed that something like this would have been swooped up off the market really, really quickly, which makes me think maybe somebody's checked it out and seen something that lets them know that the rehab might be a little bit more than they thought it would be. So I wanted to hop on the phone and ask you if you had any interesting feedback from buyers that might let you know what the rehab might be looking like on this. I'm thinking we could get it done for about $45,000. But yeah, I'm going to shoot you a text letting you know I've left you a voicemail, and hopefully we can hop on the phone soon about this. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. So just providing a little bit of credibility there, letting her know that I'm doing deals in other markets. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to text her and be like, hey, I just left a voicemail. I'm interested in your listing on Norwood. And hopefully she will get back to me. So I'm going to put I save her name in my contacts as the address -agent, so that when the person calls me, I can say, oh, hey, you're calling about Norwood Circle. So I save her phone number. I text her. She's old school. We'll hit her with a good evening. Good evening, Madrine. She sounded really old. Honestly, props for her for still being out there doing it. Madrine. It's kind of a cool name. Good evening, Madrine. I'm a landlord, or I just say, I just left you a voicemail in regards to your listing on Norwood Circle. Hey, Chris. Because I can't handle it right now, but I put you in a chat. Brianna at PropStream, she can get that sorted for us, but they're having a hard time giving us the month's deposit because of the 9377 account being closed.
Yeah, this will be like the third time I give them the bank info, but yeah, send them over.
You're in a chat with her. Would you shoot her a text?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay. Anyways, so this thing right here, guys, I would imagine that if I got this for 25, I'd make 10. This would be a 10K wholesale deal at $25,000, guys, because even if there's some more issues like foundation, I mean, I already had factored in the roof. There's no siding. It's a tiny, tiny little property. There's just not that much that can go wrong with a brick property like this. So I would imagine my team would sell this for $10,000. If you got this for 25, if you get it for 30, we might sell it for $5,000. So I'm going to shoot my shot at 30 and see if I can stack another 5,000 on top of it. But let's go ahead. Why do I call it a fake CRM? It's not a CRM, guys. It's a Google that I use to track these deals. Offer 30,000. Agent. And then tomorrow at 2 p.m., remind me to follow up with Norwood.
Okay.
So I added that into my reminders. And then I'll say I'm interested in making an offer to buy it. I've attached my portfolio below. Okay. and then we'll follow up. All right, so that's cash deals. Anyways, what do you want to do next? Seller finance or mortgage takeover? Seller finance. Oh, we got a lot of people in here. 315 people. That's great. Hey guys, we're doing a little lesson on how to do deals. Okay, seller finance first. I love seller finance, guys. Should we stay in Birmingham just because we've been doing Birmingham? You guys want to do a different market or do you want to stay in Birmingham? What is chat saying? Detroit, Florida. Okay, where in Florida? Anybody have an idea in Florida? Baltimore, Maryland. Okay, Baltimore, Maryland. We could do that. Where in Florida? Northport, Florida. Okay, let's check out Northport. Okay. This is Northport, Florida. I don't really know what this is. I'm not familiar with this area at all, but that doesn't mean I can't do a deal around here. God damn, look at this Spanish style house. Kind of in the middle of nowhere, but whoa. Is that a rendering or is that real? Oh, it's real. Wow. Holy shit, that's insane. Sometimes I get distracted by just houses that are for sale in various different areas. Okay. So I'm going to go into, well, I'm going to look for some multifamilies, guys. I'm going to look for some multifamilies. We're going to do home type, multifamily. Because, guys, I really believe that you should be trying to sell or finance multifamily properties. This looks like an Airbnb. Yeah, that's a really cute Airbnb, guys. Not quite what we're looking for. I'm just gonna keep scrolling until I find something. So this is kind of a big area. All right. So a lot of these are really nice. What about you? That's a new construction. Can't really do new construction because of the loans that they typically have. There we go. Anybody live in Northport, Florida and have an idea about what this might rent out for? Here's a nice little multifamily. So it's a triplex. That's looking good. We got each unit is a 2-bed, 2-bath. So we got 2-bed, 2-bath units with about 1,200 square feet. So we're looking at 2-bed, 2-bath units. What would that rent out for in Northport, Florida, or I should say Punta Gorda, Florida, really? And then I got to send this to Chris really quick. What the hell is going on? Work. Okay. So why do I like this thing, guys? Well, first and foremost, it's free and clear. That's what I really like about it. Second thing, it's a horrible deal. What? What? Why is it a horrible deal? Wholesaling is free. Just need buyers. Yes, it is. We provide the buyers for you. So the reason I like this is because it ain't gonna work. This thing ain't gonna sell unless somebody's gonna live in one unit and rent out the other. I'm gonna go from for sale to for rent, and I'm gonna see what things like this rent out for here. So that's a 2-bed, 2-bath house. Okay, 2-bed, 2-bath house for 1,800. So we're not a house. That's a condo for 1,575. We're a little bit nicer than this condo. So I would imagine we go for about, what do you guys think? 1,600? 1,650? Let's go 1,700. That seems to be a really good figure. So this triplex, 1,800, fine, $1,800 multiplied by 3. It brings in $5,400 per month. Now, if you were going to try to buy this thing normally, well, here's what you would do. You do what we just did earlier. You put in their asking price, $899. You put in that required down payment, $190,000. Is that right? 180 actually, $180,000. And you're probably looking at closer to a 6% interest rate because the price is pretty high. That's your monthly payment. And then you also have taxes and insurance of $1,184 and $300. Let's double check that on PropStream. So taxes are coming out to be $8,630. $8,630 for taxes divided by 12 monthly is $719, a little bit less than we thought. And then your insurance about $300 because it's near the water. So that's going to be your taxes and insurance. Let's add that to the mortgage payment of $4,310. Okay, there we go. So guys, the property will bring in about $5,400 if it rents for $1,800 a month. It's not renting for that much, guys. The condo next door is renting for $1,575. This would go for probably $1,700. So you're looking at probably $1,800 per month. But the problem is, this thing loses money. This thing loses a lot of money. In order to buy this deal, you're looking at $190,000 to buy it, and you're looking at paying monthly about $5,400, $5,300. And after management and other expenses of ownership, you're probably bringing in only $4,500 per month. So this thing loses a lot of money per month. So in order for somebody to pull the trigger on it, they either have to be somebody who wants to live in one unit and rent out the other, or they have to be an investor who's willing to shoot themselves in the foot. Now, I think this is rather unlikely across the board because it appears that all units are occupied. Well, maybe this one is vacant, but it looks like one person lives in here. I think one person lives in this unit. So yeah, guys, the problem that we're running into is that this thing is a complete and total loss in terms of cash flow. It doesn't work. If you applied for a loan on this, it just wouldn't work. I do commercial as well, yeah. So getting a loan on this property is literally impossible. You can't at their asking price, and even lowering their asking price barely changes anything. So this is what we would call a losing investment, and it's my favorite type of deal to do. I call this person, and here's what I say to pitch seller finance, because this is my seller finance deal. Hey, I'm calling about your listing on Magdalena Drive in Punta Gorda, Florida. I'm interested in buying it at $900,000, but I'll say my mortgage is above what you're bringing in rent. You can't get an investment loan if your mortgage is above what you're bringing in rent. It's not about your credit. It's more so about the rent. Hell, the name is a debt service coverage loan. So if we're not covering the debt service, as in the mortgage, there's no way we're getting a loan. So in that scenario, guys, I would pitch seller finance. I would say, well, if I were to buy this thing at your asking price, I'd get declined. And even if I'm 100K below, it wouldn't really move the needle very much here. So this is like asking somebody to trade $200,000 for negative profit monthly. I could lowball you. Will you take a lowball? No. Okay. You could hold on to it. Would you hold it? No. Okay. Well, our third and final option is seller financing. And with seller financing, damn, I'd offer this person $1 million. I'd give them $1 million for the house, which is way over their ask. Oh, actually, no, I wouldn't. It's been here for too long. I'd give them $950,000 for their house. I'd give them a down payment of up to 100. 100's a little bit much. I'd give them a down payment of maybe 80 to 90,000, probably closer to 80, since this thing doesn't bring in a whole lot of money per month. So I don't want to keep my down payment very high. And then I'd probably make the monthly payments of, if it can bring in 52, but really 45 after expenses, taxes, and insurance are 1,000. So I probably pay him like $1,200 per month is probably what I would pay them on this thing. Which you're like, why? Well, guys, you're putting down 80K. You're bringing in 4,500 after expenses. Taxes and insurance are, I could pay him 1,500. Taxes and insurance on this bad boy are $1,000 per month. So you're looking at, you're only making 2,000 if you pay him 1,500. So I'd pay him $1,500 on this thing. So the deal is $950, 80K down, and $1,500 per month. Now I call them, and remember, my justification is not I want to do seller finance. My justification is finance. It loses money. So your target for seller financing is the non-cash flowing multifamily, and I will now present that offer.
This is 94162.
I had to hang up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to text him. always starts with a text. They rarely answer their phone, but eventually we can get on a phone call together. So I'm going to text them. I'm going to grab the address here. I'm going to put it in my contacts, -agent, and I'm going to say, I'm trying to get pre-qualified to make an offer on your listing 2417 Magdalena. My lender had a few questions that I wasn't able to answer myself. Are you available briefly? And then I just throw this thing into my portal or my little sheet that I have, and we move on to the next one. And now I will show you one more type of seller finance deal because I do see another type of seller finance deal happening, which I will show you. So we're looking at, hey guys, we're looking at a seller finance texted agent. So just writing that in here. Now, that type of deal is that we might see in a market like Panama City, Florida. Panama City, Florida has some really, really cheap houses, I think. Let's put in a max price of 125 and see what they have. It's but it's gonna be, what's that cheap city in, starts with a P maybe? Pensacola, Florida. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Except for maybe they're a little more expensive here. We might go to Jacksonville. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so houses are a little bit more expensive out here. Jacksonville, Florida. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them the lowest price point possible for still turnkey houses. I think that could be 125 out here. Let's see, 125 still can get a good house. Yep, still can get a good house for 125 in Jacksonville. So what's this guy looking like? Great. Yep. Perfect. Okay, so it actually gets even cheaper than this. Let's see how cheap it gets. I just want to see houses here. But guys, I will say we do see cheap houses being seller financed in the Discord. So people are doing this right now. So if you guys want to offer seller finance on stuff like this stuff just sits and sits and sits and nobody ever buys it. And honestly, the thing is they're just not carrying that much of a note. You know, you can houses like this for maybe as little as $100,000 in Jacksonville. Look at this one, fully renovated. Yeah, like that's a fully renovated house. They're asking $120,000. It's been there for 5 hours. Now they don't want to take seller finance because they just posted. Somebody who's been sitting there for a while, maybe more than 6 days. These cheap houses do take seller finance from time to time. In fact, we actually have one on Winthrop. Check this out. This is a seller finance deal that we have. We actually got this thing accepted. So I'm going to call the agent on this thing and I'll illustrate to you that, hey, we got this done. I actually just got a text back from Magdalena agent. Let's go ahead and see about our agent for this. Section 8's great, man.
Richard.
Hey, man, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. Jeff actually sent me a contract, and I sent that to you. Did you happen to put eyes on that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Here, let me open it up.
Great.
I sent it. I already marked it up.
Perfect. And then
I contacted him. I had questions. And I was sending it now.
Great. Excellent. And then for the second one on Winthrop, did you were going to send a revised contract? We had a couple things we were changing in that.
I literally did that 2 seconds before you rang.
Perfect.
I just sent it to Marquise.
Oh, perfect. I'll go ahead and connect with him and we'll check that out right now.
Awesome. Yeah,
all right.
I literally just sent it, so it'll be coming from Sky.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye.
So guys, that's a mortgage takeover with 2 agents. That agent has a single family mortgage takeover. And then, damn, how much did I just get paid here? Oh, $500. That's pretty lame. Didn't another one though? I thought I had like a, hold on, bill. Huh. I thought I had like a $25,000 payment coming in. Anyways, this is the seller finance single family, guys. It's a really cheap house. They accepted seller finance, $15,000 down, and $500 per month on this thing. Pretty crazy. How much will we sell for? $5K. Not very much. $15K down is the most you could put down on a seller finance. That's a 15% entry fee, guys. That's the most you could put down here. Most of the time, you can't put 15% down. So man, that was. This agent is producing 2 deals for us, which is really exciting. It's been a really hard time working with him. It is free and clear, yes. But I just want to let you guys know that the 2 houses you should be trying to sell or finance, in my experience, the most likely to accept non-cash flowing, free and clear multifamily and really cheap single family houses. Savannah, Georgia. We actually do move deals in Savannah, Georgia. I love that market. It's a combination of good prices and awesome history. The historic district over there is beautiful. So I think people like. Anyways, that's seller finance. The only thing left is mortgage takeover. Now let's check out some mortgage takeover deals. For mortgage takeover deals, I'm going to use a software called Lightning Leads. And this software is available to you guys at a much cheaper price than PropStream, which I really like. What about Maryland? Maryland's great, but I never see people doing deals out there in my community, at least. It's not to say that it doesn't happen. But yeah, if you guys want to bring me a deal in Maryland, that would be awesome. Baltimore would be cool. So let's look at another type of deal here. This is going to be our mortgage takeover deal. Do you guys have well, let's do Jacksonville, guys. We were just in Jacksonville. Jacksonville, Florida. And we do these on market, but we also do these. So this is the only type of real estate that we are currently doing off. Do you essentially establish the contract? Oh my God, why am I again? Contracts are in my Discord. And we also have a service that'll do your contracts for you, although I don't think people really use it anymore. So Jacksonville, Florida, we got to reload it because that didn't work. I'm actually not in the right place. Here it is, Lightning Leads. I go to Jacksonville, Florida within Lightning Leads. And Lightning Leads is a program that Chris built. And man, I really like it. I really like it. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what it looks like. This here is Lightning Leads. And I'm going to go ahead and do a search here. I'm going to do on market. I'm going to do, I don't care about type of house. And I'm going to do mortgage takeover. And I'm going to sort by price low to high. And I'm going to click search. Is sometimes you have to click search twice, guys. So the first time I click, the second time I click search, it did. What that's going to do is it's going to pull up these that are listed for right next to what they owe. So this guy right here is listed for 94,000. Bro owes 84,000. So he's not going to make any money. You could offer to take over his debt, right? You've got this guy right. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that beauty. Oh, it's a condo. No, it's a condo. That would have been perfect if it weren't a condo. But look at this thing, guys. Listed for 104 at 3.5% interest. They owe 96K. Isn't that insane? This is a skip tracing site. You can skip trace directly here. You click create offer and it allows you to skip trace. But these are on market, so no need to skip trace. You could just call the realtor right here. So on market, mortgage takeover right here. I might make a call on one of these guys. Let's keep looking. Can I find something awesome? The cash flow is kind of low in Jacksonville. I'm not going to lie. That looks good, but it's a condo. I'm seeing low cash flow, guys. The cash flow right here, it's just not too high. You know, $167, $94. That is, yeah, that's just not the cash flow is a little bit low here. So let's try a different area. Why is it so zoomed in? Oh, there we go. Where else do I really like for cheap markets? I've always thought Mobile, Alabama is really good. So let's search up Mobile, Alabama. And let's see what we can find here. And oh my God, look how the cash flow jumped for us. Look at this. $466 of monthly cash flow, listed for 68 and they owe 52. Let's check out our condition on that because I'm a little bit nervous about the condition on a property like this. So the exterior is dirty and gross. The interior is less gross, but I bet they'd say yes to my offer, guys. I bet they would. So that's probably one I'll make a call on because that's such a shitty house, guys. It's so ugly. Let's see about this guy. No, not well, photos. Not very many photos on the inside. I'd like to know a little bit more about it. And then this guy, photos. Oh, it's distressed. So that's a fix and flip, guys. Distressed. A little too distressed for my liking. Too high equity for my liking. Look at this guy. That's looking... It's a little distressed. I'm not going to lie. That looks like it needs work. So honestly, the first one I saw, guys, is really heat. This is perfect. They're asking 68. They owe 52. I could probably give them 10K down. I could probably give them 10K to take over their debt. My only concern is I don't know why it's saying their interest rate is so high. I'm going to double check it against another site here. We're going to throw this thing into PropStream and see what the interest rate's looking like. So Alabama, AL. Chickasaw. Is Chickasaw Mobile? Yes, it is. Chickasaw. Okay, so actually, it looks like their mortgage is a little bit lower than we thought it was, so I don't think that one's going to be so good. Let's keep scrolling here. There's a lot of really awesome deals in this area. Oh my God, look at that one. Nice. 130 list price, balance 114. You owe... This guy's listed for 130. He owes 85, 130 to 113. Cash flow is slightly low. And that pretty much exhausts it for that market. So I saw one good one in that market, but it's Mobile. So let's go to Center Point, guys. Let's go to a little bit of a bigger area. Center Point, AL. Oh, is Center Point kind of small? I thought Center Point was big. It's okay. Birmingham, AL. Okay, there'll be a lot of good ones here, guys. Yeah, look at these things popping up, guys. 99 to 73,000 mortgage balance. I still haven't found my perfect deal yet. I still haven't found the one that I'm most interested in. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. But where's a slam dunk, guys? Let's find a slam dunk. This guy owes 82. This guy owes 94. Huh. Look at that. He's listed for 125. He owes 120 and he's been there for 83 days. Ooh, I kind of like this one, guys. Yeah, look at that. It didn't tell me his mortgage balance, but he owes right next to what he's listed for according to this software. Let's double check it on this one. Yep, he owes 113. He pays 661 per month. Oh, there's okay. So perfect deal found. This is my perfect deal, guys. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm actually obsessed with this. It doesn't get any better. Hold on. Okay. So I will call on this right here. This is actually so perfect. Now, this is on market, so they've probably heard this pitch before. I'm going to see if I can... Oh, that's the wrong house. Hold up. Where is it? Oh, it's that one. They're in foreclosure. Foreclosure or pre-foreclosure? Oh, that's not the phone number. Hold up. I'm using Lightning Leads, which is a part of Buy Box Cartel.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Richard, buyer.
Thanks. Please stay on the line.
Different one. It's going to be 12th Avenue North.
I'm sorry, this person is not available. If you would like to leave an additional message,
Okay, so I tried to call. They didn't pick up the phone, but I'll tell you what my game plan would have been. They're asking 125. They owe 113. I'd call them and I'd hit them with an offer at 113. They would decline my offer at 113. I'd say, why? You guys have been here for 3 months, or more than 3 months. You've been here for 3.5, 4 months. We can't take an offer 15K below your asking price. It's less than 15K, 12K below your asking price. And they say, oh, unfortunately, my seller owes that amount. And I say, oh, why don't we just take over the debt? And they say, huh. What about my commission? And I say, I'll pay your commission and I'll put some cash in your seller's pocket to take over the debt. I call the agent, and guys, I literally got that offer accepted on this one. You guys saw me do it. I called this exact property off of Lightning Leads. They have a mortgage right next to their asking price, or above their asking price in this case. They owe 114. And I said, hey, why don't we just take over your debt? The agent agreed, and the sellers agreed too. And we're putting the house in a trust. I pulled it straight off of Zillow using Lightning Leads. Not an inbound lead, not somebody who already knew me, not somebody who wanted to accept my offer, the exact same way you guys do it. That will probably sell for $5,000. I love this deal on my screen right here, guys. And you'll continue to see me follow up with this throughout the week. I'll shoot him a text in just a second, but I do want to illustrate why I like it so much. So I think I like this thing so much, guys, because they're listed at 125. They have an interest rate of that's a different house. I'm sorry. They have an interest rate of 5.25% and they owe 113. So guys, this individual is going to lose money on the sale of their house, given that they've been there for 112 days. I'm doing well still, Will. I hope you're doing well too, man. So, I call them up and I'm like, hey, let's offer you more money than you'd even make at your asking price. And a lot of people don't understand how much of a no-brainer that is for the seller. The only hurdle is your agent. Now, how do we get over the hurdle of the agent? The way that we get over the hurdle of the agent, which, by the way, these don't all need to be cheap houses, guys. We also do this on more expensive properties, like, for example, Sargent Street. This guy right here, mortgage takeover, triplex, Hartford, Connecticut, $13,000 assignment in closing right now. So how do you bypass the agent? Well, you just flick the switch, go from on market to off market, and now the houses, these are failed listings. So imagine you're in this guy's shoes and it proceeds for another 3 months. Guys, what would you do if you had your house for sale at 125 and you owed 113 and it had been there for 4 or 5 months? You take it off the market. And what I've done is I've created a software that finds these listings when they go off the market, gives you the seller's phone number, and you just call them right then, right there. Isn't that insane? Isn't that crazy? So check this out, guys. If you were to click off market in Birmingham, Alabama, and click search, guys, you'd find all these houses, but if you look them up, you'll see that they're no longer for sale on Zillow. Now, your goal is to find a really nicely low equity property, really solidly low equity one. That's kind of low equity, but come on, it gets better than that, doesn't it? Oh my God, there's 10 pages of these. Price low to high. Well, I just figured that we'd get something a little better than that. Yeah, I don't know if I like you guys. These are okay, but the cash flow is low. That's got nice cash flow right there, though. Look at this guy. It's a single family. Looks like it's sold. I'm gonna go to another market here, guys, because the prices are getting kind of high. Let's go to Jacksonville again. Well, we didn't find anything in Jacksonville. Let's go to Memphis. Okay, so going to Memphis, pricing low to high. Yeah, I thought the prices were lower in Memphis. What's going on? I thought we had lower prices over here. Okay. I guess I'll return to the good old Cleveland, Ohio, because this is off market and it's a lot easier to wholesale off market now. Okay, so looking at Cleveland, Ohio, these are now showing me failed listings. I'm just looking for one that's that's close, but the cash flow is kind of low, so I don't love that. Let's filter them for cash flow. Cash flow high to low. What? Where's all the cash flow? Damn, no cash flow. Oh, no cash flow, no deal. This just low cash flow, guys. That's just really low cash flow. All right. We'll go to the main market, Detroit, Michigan. Okay, now here we go. So I still think it's lying to me. Price low to high. Yeah, it literally is lying to me. Look at that guy right here. So this guy was listed for 119. He owes 103. You know what he did? He took it off the market. It used to be for sale, and look, he removed the listing. He was asking 119 back in August, and then he removed the listing. So check it out. This guy wanted 119 for his house. He removes his listing. And now the software is telling me that while he has a really solid house, look at that house. It's a totally fine house. Looks like a lot of my other deals. He owes 103. I could skip trace this person by clicking create offer, and I can unlock their contact info. The seller's name is Clyde, and I can give him a call right now. So it's off market real estate, guys. His listing was for sale. He took it off the market because he wasn't going to make very much money on the sale. Now I can call him and be like, hey, man, I was one of the guys who made an offer on your house when it was for sale. Are you still thinking about selling? Let's try it right now. Hey, I was one of the people who made offers on West 7 Mile Road. Would you still sell that property?
I don't own that property. The property's been sold already, as far as I know.
Okay.
I just rent that property. I wouldn't own it.
Oh, you rent it. You don't own it.
I was renting. I don't stay there now.
Okay.
I moved up about 2 years ago, but somebody else moved in the house. I don't know who owns it or not.
Oh, got it. You know who the owner is?
No.
Okay, got it. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Okay.
So that was the renter. So we skip traced the tenant. That's really interesting. So we just tried to skip trace, and it was the tenant. It's lucky that it got me connected with an actual real phone number, but sometimes skip tracing is going to come up with the tenant and not the actual owner of the property. But the reason I liked that one so much is because they're not going to make any money on the sale, guys, and we could offer them the money that they weren't going to have. And honestly, guys, that wraps up all of my strategies. My only other strategy is flipping houses. So I do cash deals on distressed houses and turnkey houses. I do seller finance deals on only turnkey houses. Well, I guess I have one seller finance deal on a non-turnkey house, but it's small assignment, mostly turnkey for seller finance. I do that on cheap properties. And then when I'm doing a bigger seller finance deal, it's a non-cash flowing multifamily. If you want to bring me a deal in Savannah, Georgia, you join my Discord and you submit the deal to my submission portal. The link is going to be in my bio. So anyways, I also do mortgage takeovers on largely cheap properties, sometimes more expensive properties if they're really pretty, have a good interest rate. Maybe we can get it for a low down payment, or I'll largely just stick to those cheap properties. Now, anyways, I did have one agent respond to me. He said he would give me a call back. That was for that one that we looked at in Florida. You guys remember that Florida deal we just looked at? So this agent for this house said that they would give me a call back. Now, I can't find lightning leads on Buy Box Cartel. Here's how you find it. You're going to want to go home. So once you're logged in, go home, click this and click control panel. And it's right here on the bottom. So you're going to want to go into the website, control panel, and it'll be right there on the bottom. It's within the program. All right. Now I had an agent I forgot to actually follow up with here. We were looking at a deal and I texted the agent and what address was that? I can't find it. Is it Norwood Circle? I think it's Norwood Circle. Nope, I got that there. Damn. What did I... Was it... No. Man. I made a call or an offer on something. I couldn't find it, but that's okay. Seller finance does require cash flow, more so mortgage takeover. Yes, yeah, Yusuf, $13,000 pending assignment on Leander. Anyways, yeah, OB3, we'll talk. I've been chugging water. I'm sorry. We need another quick bathroom break. One sec, guys. Okay. Sorry, I've been chugging water today. I'm trying to get through the gallon. Boss is gone. Let's party. What? Whoa, my camera froze. It looks like I'm not here, but I am here. Y'all didn't know it froze, but it did freeze. Anyways, guys, the deals that I have in closing are a combination of on-market and off-market deals, largely on-market transactions, a couple off-market submissions, but essentially, I'm pulling all of these deals off of Zillow, and these things are creative finance deals, seller finance deals, and mortgage takeover deals, but also cash deals. And if my camera would turn back on, we can keep going. Should I dress up as Danny Phantom for next Halloween? I've been doing Spider-Man for the past 2 years. Gosh, my camera. Come on. Come on. That would be pretty sick, guys, wouldn't it? Who should I be for Halloween this next year? Because you guys know I go all out. I go all out with my costumes. I'll do the whole live stream masked up as Spider-Man. I mean, I've got the Spider-Man costume. Freddie Mercury. Oh, shit. Freddie Mercury would be kind of fire. Deadpool? I don't know. It's kind of like an extension of Spider-Man. It's too similar. Grant Cardone. Didn't he speak at a ton of Trump rallies? Yeah, he did, didn't he? Okay. So let's talk to people. Oh, I'm getting a call from an agent. Hold on. Hello?
Hey, Richard.
Hey.
My seller called me back for Neff Avenue.
Yeah.
He said that the current mortgage, I think, is $964. You guys have it as $800 even.
964.
$964 a month. That's what his current mortgage, that's what he's paying on his mortgage. Principal, interest, tax, and insurance.
Okay. Just a moment. I'm getting another call, but would you text Jeff to update that?
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks so much. Talk soon. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Hello.
Hey, Richard. Bob Babineau with Captain's Realty in Punta Gorda. How are you?
Hey, man, I'm doing well. I did one deal here about 4 years ago on 1068 Venture Court, and I'm kind of revisiting the market. Your guys' market's going kind of crazy. I see that everything is for sale here since I've last done a deal out here. Are things just sitting left and right?
Yeah, it's. I think the interest rates are having a lot to do with it. And this particular property, 2417, is kind of a niche property in the sense that it has 2 vacant multifamily zoned lots that are part of the package. So I think to maximize that particular property, it may take somebody that eventually wants to hire a contractor and build maybe a couple of more duplexes and expand their rental portfolio.
Sure.
Yeah, it's all three lots. The duplex sits in the middle and the vacant lot on each side are all under the same parcel ID number. So these guys that own it are investors. They didn't want to go through the process of separating out the 3 lots and giving them separate ID numbers. If somebody wants to do that down the road, they probably could, and then sell off the 2 vacant lots if they didn't want to build on. But I think you could probably almost fit a quadplex on each of the other 2 lots.
Got it. I just don't know anything about developing. I'll be honest. I've never really done it before.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of developments just kind of sitting here. I guess my qualm with developing is, it costs me maybe $400, $500 to build one of those properties. And then the mortgage on that is real close to what that thing rents out for. So it makes it kind of hard because my expenses right now with the building materials and the interest rates and the labor is just kind of through the roof. But I really don't know too much about it.
Yeah, they did explore it with builders. They actually, I don't know if they ever completed plans. They hired an architect to come up with a couple of quadplexes, 2 up, 2 down, probably about 1,100 square feet on each unit, 2 bedroom, 2 bath. I never got a solid construction number on that. And these guys, I've sold off a bunch of their property here in the area. I have 1 duplex left. That's 2709 Magdalena. And I have this triplex with the 2 vacant lots.
And that's the same owner?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
great,
it's for investors. 2709 is a duplex. We have it on the market for $559. It's fully rented. I think rents on that are in the $1,800 per unit range.
You know what the price point is on that one?
Yeah, $559.
$559, and you're bringing in.
Yeah, I had 3 of them. I sold one for $560, and I sold another one. They were identical buildings, all built by the same builder. COs were issued at the same time. My investors bought all 3 back about 6 years ago. The second one I sold for $505.
I'm gonna so seamlessly transition into seller finance. Watch this.
In that duplex that caused the clay floor tiles to crack along the settlement lines. They weren't big cracks. They were kind of hairline cracks, but they were long. And so because during the showings, everybody kind of said, I'm kind of concerned about the floors. So we were going to offer a credit at closing to offset repairing the floors. But the guy that bought it is a contractor out of Mississippi, and he says, I can do it myself. He didn't even have a home inspection. He says, I'm not worried about the floors. He says, I know what's wrong with them. I can fix them. So instead of offering a credit, he asked us to drop the price. So we closed on that one at $505.
Sure. I'm probably interested in that one as well. I submitted 2417 Magdalena to my lender, and he had some questions about the rent just to see if I could get qualified. These guys qualify based off of rent, not really so much credit score. It's more so if the property's bringing in more than the mortgages, then you're good to go to get qualified here. So I'm going to figure out my mortgage really quickly while I'm on the phone with you. So I'm looking at about $5,600 in monthly payments on this thing. You guys know what the triplex would rent out for?
Yeah, hold on. I don't manage the properties. They're in the hands of a property manager. But let me, I'm going to put you on speaker because I think I have a screenshot of the most up-to-date rents. Hang on a minute.
Sure. Thank you so much. I was thinking probably 1,700, 1,800 per unit.
Yeah, you're probably going to be fairly close. One of them, they just rented out after they replaced the carpeting and put new floors in. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Bob, it's fine. You don't have to call me sir. Okay, 2417. There's 3 units, A, B, and C. A is paying $16.99, and it's currently under lease until July 31st of 2026.
And are all units separated as 2 beds, 2 baths, or about 1,200 square feet?
I'm pretty sure A is 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and has a 2-car garage.
Got it. So A is going to.
Yeah.
So A is going to go for a little bit more than the other 2.
Right. I know it has a 2-car garage. I don't have the listing. I'm actually in waiting for a table for dinner.
Oh, I'll be quick. I'll be quick. So
no,
what
no,
is?
No. Apparently, it's going to be quite a wait. So
Oh, okay.
I just don't have access to all the information right here in front of me.
So probably 1,500 and 1,500 for the other 2.
Unit B is 1,550, and they're on a month to month.
Okay. And
Unit C is in Charlie, is $1,499, and that is under lease until April 30th, 2027.
Oh, so nice. We're fully occupied.
Yes. Yeah. It's fully occupied, under lease. Unit C was recently updated with interior paint.
No cash flow.
New floors in the bedrooms. They went in and did some cosmetics last month.
Got it. Okay. Now,
do you want the information on 20? Have you looked at 2709, the duplex?
I'll check that out. I'll check that out next here. My mortgage on 2417 Magdalena, like if I buy this thing with a loan, an investment loan, what you guys could probably only sell to an investor since you're fully occupied. So you couldn't have somebody house hacking this, huh?
I'm sorry, I didn't get the last part.
You guys could probably only sell to an investor on this because you guys are fully occupied. So you couldn't have one of the tenants leave and have somebody move in on one side and rent out the other. Like house hacking wouldn't really be possible because of the tenants.
Right. Well, the month to month, you could give them 30 days notice.
Oh, okay.
But on the other 2, you own the lease. The buyer owns the leases.
Okay. So my mortgage on this thing, if I buy it at $900,000, is in excess of what it rents out for, and that's like a $200K down payment. That's a $200,000 down payment with the lender, and then that mortgage is going to cost me about $5,000 per month. I mean, if I'm going to buy something and put $200K down, I really want to make sure I'm getting $200K worth of cash flow. Yeah,
I understand that. The problem is the 2 vacant lots that are part of the package. They're not generating you any revenue. If I was to list those, if you were to break those out and ask me to put them on the market and sell them for you, I would probably list them for about $85,000 a piece.
$85,000 a piece. Okay. Yeah. Now, if I send this to my lender and I'm like, hey man, my mortgage payment's 55, they're bringing in 47 on leases right now. They're not going to qualify me, and they wouldn't qualify anybody else simply on an investment loan side of things. So how do we get it done if this thing's kind of losing money per month? Because I recognize the land.
Well, let me cut to the chase. If you're even thinking seller financing, you're wasting your time and my time.
Now I'm just trying to get this with a DSCR loan. So how would we make it work with the DSCR loan, given that we can't really sell to a retail buyer and we can't really get an investment loan on it, considering that it's losing money on it?
I don't have if I had the answer for that, I probably would have had it sold by now.
You brought up seller financing. I wasn't really thinking about going there, but other people have hit you with that.
We have probably had over a dozen very creative, some seller financing proposals, and they're just not interested.
Yeah, no, I really wouldn't be interested either. Have you gone to them and said, hey, the mortgage kind of exceeds the rent on this? Are you guys thinking?
Yeah, these guys are all about the numbers, Richard. They do this all across the United States, and they know what the numbers are. They know the difficulties. It's probably going to take somebody that wants to develop on those 2 vacant lots. At a minimum, put a couple of duplexes out there. And those would probably, and I think you could fit quadplexes. The lots are really big, and those would probably rent in the 1,600 range times 8.
Yeah. I guess it's just hard for me as somebody who buys with loans, having the mortgage exceed the rent. So yeah, I guess as you said, I guess your seller really only has 3 options: kind of hold on to the property for a little bit longer, see if that person comes around, take a low ball, which I'm sure they don't really want to do. And then that third awful option of seller financing here really is the only way I could see this work, but they're just not interested in that. I wonder, man, I want to compensate them for those lots to see if we could make this make sense for them. What do you think they'd say to $1 million over 6 years?
No.
You don't think they'd take $1 million over 6?
No.
Okay. All right. I tried it.
I'm just trying to save you time, so save me time. I've been down this road. I have strict instructions from them, not even to send them.
I get it. I had my house in Oklahoma for sale the other day, and I was getting a lot of seller finance offers. Anyways, I appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye. So I don't really think it's worth going further down that road if he's saying that. I treaded very lightly around the seller finance thing, but you see in the call, his words were, I don't have an answer for that because there's not really anybody who could buy this. You can't live in it. You can't rent it out. If you develop on it, sure. But remember, the cost of developing the 2 quadplexes is going to be pretty close to what the quadplexes bring in. So it's a bit of a pickle. It's going to be really expensive to build the quadplexes. So I just don't see how this thing could sell without seller finance. I think they know that. And I think they kind of just have, the sellers are just kind of like, I don't care. So it's just sort of going to sit. But typically, if I have 10 of those conversations where we come to a realization on the phone that, yeah, no, we're not really going to be able to do anything with this thing. Well, oftentimes they'll say yes to my seller finance offer, and that's what we had happen on this deal 368 House Finch in Leander, Texas, which we now have under contract at 0% interest seller finance, pending a $13,000 assignment fee. So you have to have usually 10 of those conversations executed just as I did it. And the reason I say that is because, not many people want to take seller finance, which I kind of acknowledged with him on the phone. And I don't feel bad about that negotiation at all, because it's not like I shot my shot and he said no. It's like I shot my shot and he's like, yeah, that would make sense, but they don't really want to do it and they've told me not to do it. But you're right. I don't really see another way to get this thing under contract. So yeah, I'm happy with that phone call. I think it would serve as good content. I'll tell my editor to clip it. Okay. Andrew and Jalen. Okay. Well, that's my lesson for today. I'm going to take a couple questions and then I'm going to head out. Let's start with OB3. What's going on, man? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
On DM, can you check it?
Yeah, I will. What is it?
So it's a deal. I was talking to agents via text message. So I want to try to pitch him like the seller financing, but I start with the pitch of Trojan horse. I try to just to go through the numbers to tell him hey, if I buy this property with these numbers, it would make me lose money. So I offer him a couple options, whether it's a seller financing or lowball, and or a mortgage takeover. And she told me are you guys open for wraparound, because she has a loan that is it's an open loan and it's a union. Let me see the name of the loan.
Do you know how much?
It's not FHA. It's a different loan.
How much does she owe?
I don't know. Because I have no price. Can you check it if you can? I will appreciate that.
It's not showing up on my end.
Dude?
It's not showing up on my end.
I will have to ask her.
Yeah, so they bought it for $900 in 2023. I bet they owe 6 or 7. I bet they owe what they're asking. Dude, this is a low equity complex. This would be great. This should be awesome.
So the cash flow it's a 5,300 a month.
This is perfect. So you have a perfect deal here because they bought it for 900. They're trying to sell it for 700. And they probably, because they bought it for 900, I bet they owe like 650 and they're asking 724. Man, I would offer them a straight fee to take over their debt. We just have to know what that debt is. So you should tell the agent, yes, we are open to that method of sale. And then on Monday, I will convert them to a mortgage takeover rather than a wraparound, because the only reason they want to do a wraparound is so that the seller can hold title. And if the seller holds title, they can ensure that they can get it back quickly if we default on payments. However, I can provide the exact same security through another instrument called the deed of trust or a deed in lieu of foreclosure. Or we can even write within the operating agreement of the trust, the seller gets the property back upon 2 months of missed payments, and we can sign a document saying that we forfeit our right to foreclosure. So this would be awesome. It's a very rare low equity 10-unit complex. And honestly, man, this would be excellent. So you found a perfect deal based on what they bought it for. I bet that you don't need to offer seller finance. I bet that you could offer just a fee to take over their debt. So just find out what they owe. And you want me to bring you up on Monday to see if I can call this?
Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be great if we can do that on Monday.
On Monday at 1:30 p.m., remind me to bring up OB3.
Okay, I added it.
All right, got you locked in, man. That's a great find. What an awesome deal.
And also, how about thanks for the deal that we closed, except the contract from Galveston? Yesterday you told me. The Broadway Galveston?
I'm sorry, what do you ask?
You told me yesterday, you text me via the chat that the format, the way we submitted from Galveston.
Yes. Sorry, my camera just froze. Hold on. Yes, he texted me back. I think he's going to accept it. I'm pretty.
Okay, that's awesome, man.
So hold on. That's Broadway, right?
Yes, sir. Turn on the.
Yeah. So he says, financially, he said, can you send me your contract in Word so I can make a couple changes? Financially, I think this can work. Bro, he's going to take the offer. You're going to get the deal, bro. You're going to get the deal. Look what he said. This is the message he said. He says, financially, I think this can work. I think we might have something. That might be a $15,000 deal for you, dude. That's so exciting. Keep doing exactly what you're doing, and then we will talk on Monday or tomorrow, not Monday, tomorrow, right?
Yeah. We can call the agents tomorrow if you can.
Yes.
Monday,
yeah, I'll be doing more calls tomorrow, less demonstration.
Okay. Thanks so much, Rich. Appreciate you, man. God bless you.
Absolutely. Talk soon, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And then Daniel, I'm sorry, I don't know why I can't remember the 12 unit. What were we talking about?
It's the 12 unit in Michigan, the one that is 2,100 down payment, monthly payments.
Oh yeah, how much is your proof of how much POF do you need?
Well, she's asking for the proof of funds for the down payment.
I might have 200. I have like 200 and I have a little bit more than 210,000 right now. So I is that enough?
Well, the down payment is 325,000.
Ooh. Okay, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you what. I'll submit my current funds, which is 208,000, and then I'll send a bank statement showing that we're doing 300 a month, and then you can say there's 200 in the account now, but based on that bank statement, you'll see that there'll be 300 by the time of closing. So I will submit that to you.
Sure, yeah, sounds good. And then what sort of EMD can be submitted? Because she's also asking me about this, and then closing timeline.
What is the purchase price?
3.3. And I offer 10% over asking price.
We can we should probably offer them $12,000 EMD because it's a big one. Or 10. Say 10,000. I'll do $10,000 non-refundable EMD.
Got it. And then these will be submitted post inspection, same as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, good.
And I've got a bank statement for you.
I'm sorry?
I've got a bank statement for you. 1 second.
Okay, got it. And then the closing time and as well, she's asking for it. I don't know if it's a 30-day closing, sooner, 45.
45.
45.
I forgot you were working on this, man. That's a stellar deal.
I texted you earlier, but I don't know. You probably were busy. So, whatever it is. Should I do a 10 business day inspection period or 7-day?
Definitely closer to a 15-day inspection because it's a big deal.
Okay, 15-day.
15 business day inspection period.
Got it.
Now I have March's bank statement and $210,000 POF, but the bank statement in March shows $370,000 deposits and additions. So you can tell her, look, I know that the funds aren't available now, but we're only 90K short, and I'm doing that in a period of 2 weeks. So
okay.
And then if you want, I'll also drop my portfolio in your inbox as well.
That'll be awesome. That way I create more credibility with her.
Yeah. So there you go, man. That's how exciting, dude. Keep pushing. That's the type of deal that gets you 100K assignment fee. Okay.
Great. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
Talk soon.
I'll keep you posted, man.
Bye-bye. I want to say Facundo Torres.
Facundo.
Hey.
How you doing, Rich?
Today's a good day, man. What do you think of the stream so far?
Yeah, it's been great. You're showing all the strategies, and so it's been really good. So I appreciate you having me here. I need help with 2 deals. I don't know if we can review both of them.
Yeah, we can. I have them pulled up now. What's going on with Elmhurst?
I sent you the summary. The numbers look good. I also sent you the photos because it seems like it might need a light rehab, at least cosmetics. There's no major disclosure on this one, but my major concern is the rehab. I've been speaking to the agent all day long. I think they are accepting, but they are asking for proof of funds. They were asking all day if I'm a wholesaler. What else? Yeah, just that.
Yeah, small rehab. I think it could use maybe like well, I guess 10 would go kind of far. Yeah, it's gonna need a little bit. How much can we put down on something like this? 11.5.
I put it at 10% down payment.
Yeah, I don't know if that will sell because of the condition, like you said, but it might sell. And it really doesn't look like it's terrible condition. It just looks like lived-in condition. It looks like it's a livable property. So yeah, I feel like this could sell. I'm willing to shoot my shot at it, especially because it's in Dayton, which is kind of rare. So yeah, I like that. Is it 0% interest?
Yeah. I add the interest at the purchase price.
Hey, by the way, what is this calculator you have?
It's your website. It's your website.
Oh shit.
It's a new tool.
That's my website? I didn't even know. Wow, that's so cool, dude. I love that actually. Wow.
Yeah, it's really helpful.
Wow, that's my virtual assistant made that actually start to finish with vibe coding, which is really cool. Wow, really cool. I had nothing to do with that and it just appeared. So that's cool. And then yeah, so Elmhurst, you need POF on that?
Yeah, and they are asking me. I sent them a contract with other terms, but then now they are asking for a new contract. I don't know really how to send a seller financing contract. I don't know if I should fill with your name or my company name. I'm kind of lost there.
For a seller financing contract, I'm happy to sign for you if you think it will provide more credibility.
Yeah, sure, because they're asking for proof of funds. I have to argue a lot about terms because they were asking for 3 business day inspection. I first offered them 10. We agreed at 7. 3 weeks for the closing date. What else? Just that the MD to be delivered one business day before the inspection is completed. I
Okay.
don't know if you have to modify the contract or
That's
not.
possible. That's possible. You'd modify your contract. You can do your own contract, and you can have me sign it if you like. You could go to #contracts, and you could add that into the contracts in there. But I'm happy to sign it for you as well.
Okay, great. And how you would do it? Like, I should first do that contract and send it to your GM, or how?
I can bring you up tomorrow, and I can review the contract and sign it for you, or I can do your contract for you tomorrow. You want me to do your contract for you tomorrow and sign it?
Yes, I told the agent that I was having the contract ready, like at night, because we've been talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if that's possible.
I would, yeah, it's really easy to put together a contract. Just go to #contracts, and I have a video on how to do the seller finance contract, and then I can bring you up tomorrow, and I can sign that contract.
Okay, great.
And I'll drop.
Perfect.
I just put proof of funds in your chat, or in your inbox.
Okay, perfect. I will send that. I just will ask for the agent for an extra time, and I will send you the contract tomorrow. I just have one more issue with a cash deal. Actually, there are two cash deals, but it's the same problem, and I don't know if lock them up. So the deal here is there are cash deals both in Alabama, 3-1, and there are tenant occupied, but the rent is below market value, like 200 below. And currently the cash on cash is 15 or 16%. So I know that's low, but the leases, and one of them in October this year and the other one in March next year, and one of them can go up to 25% cash on cash and the other one to 40% cash on cash. I don't know if buyers look at that or they just look at current cash on cash.
We want it to be current, but I would say when it increases, we could do those deals.
Okay. So I should let them go, right?
Yeah. I mean, you could lowball them even steeper to make those rents work. But yeah, if the cash on cash is 15%, I mean, that's a hard sell, you know?
Okay, got it. Perfect. So I'm gonna work on the contract right now for the seller financing deal. Well, I will send it over tomorrow. Okay.
Great job, man. Talk soon, okay?
Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
All right. See ya. Bye. And then last question for the day. Oh, I just dropped the wrong person. Who was that? Oh my God. Who was that? Who did I just drop?
Hi, man. How's it going?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I actually sent you a message. So I get a Section 8 under contract on Detroit. The reason why I'm here is they only give me like 5 business days for inspection. Looks like it checks all the boxes. Not sure if you want to send it to your private buyer who you typically send the deals to.
Yeah, 65,000 currently rented, 1,200 per month. What's your cash on cash? Have you run it?
Yeah, I think it's 27% cash on cash as is, but it could go up to like 1350. The tenant would like to negotiate the rent after the end buyer buys it. So they are open to rent increasing.
How much will they increase?
1350.
Oh my God. Holy shit. When can that happen?
And they're living there month to month right now. So.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. So, wow, you might have a stellar deal, man. I didn't think it would be that good, but that's an amazing benefit right there. Thank you for telling me that. So 622, your tenant's paying 1,200 per month. We're going to take 20% off the top of that, 960. We're going to subtract that 622. That leaves you at 338 multiplied by 12. That's going to leave you with 4056 divided by total cost of entry, which is going to be 14 plus 8, 22,000. Cash on cash is kind of low. It's coming in at like 18.4, but it's occupied, so I think it's feasible. And I will call him because I do think there's something. I do think there's something here.
Yeah.
And it looks immaculate. It looks really, really perfect.
Yeah, based on my conversation with the realtor, the house doesn't need any work. It just came in the market for like a couple of days. So I had a chat and locked it up right away.
It's actually really nice. It's a great property, actually. Calling. Yeah, Corey, that's what I think. I take the 6, I add it to the 14, and I ask what's left, and it's 2, so 22. I got another one.
Well, we're already locking up all the ones you sent us so far, I'm pretty sure. So,
well, this one's
line
really
them up and knock
cool,
it down.
man. The tenant. Okay, so here it is. Price is 69, listed at 80. We got it under contract yesterday. Interior looks spectacular. Like, doesn't even look like Detroit. It honestly, it looks really nice and spacious in there. Tenant is in place at $1,250, and the tenant has agreed to a rent increase of $1,350. And they will stay in place at $1,350, currently paying $1,200, and we can get it in writing that they'll do that. But even at $1,200, you're hitting 20% cash on cash return occupied. So
what was the property built?
1967. So it's not as old as some of the others we see. Yeah. But in place, 20% cash on cash at 69,000, using $8K for closing costs. I now use $8K for closing costs. Market rent is $1,400. They're happy to pay $1,350.
You use the 8K for closing costs. Fair number, to be honest with you, is 10 to 11 at that price point.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
10.5 is the closing cost.
Okay. So if you run it at, so they're in place month to month now, ready for an increase at $1,350. So I would probably just run it around there, but yeah, price is 69 on that. And I think it might be a good fit for them.
So 25. So just say all in 26,000, get the property. What's the RI come out to?
Okay, so let's see. You have 14 on your down payment. You're using 10 for closing?
Yep.
Okay, so 24 on closing. I'm going to run it at $1,350. I'm going to take 20% off the top. That's $1,080. I'm going to subtract your mortgage payment at $69,000, which means your down payment will be $12,800. So you're looking at a $373 monthly payment minus $250 for tax and insurance, $373. And then subtract $250 taxes and insurance. That's $457 per month, multiplied by 12, 5,484, divided by the total cost of entry, $24,000. That's 22.85% at $1,350 rent.
That works.
Yeah, so I think at $1,200 right now, it's slightly low, but I've taken 20% off, which includes vacancy. So you're going to be banking on that rent increase, but there's not going to be any vacancy. It'll be cash flow day one. And hopefully we can get the tenant to sign the lease, increasing it prior to the close of escrow.
That's an absolute win.
Yeah. So I would just make sure that you tell your buyer, hey, it's not rented for $1,350. They've agreed to $1,350, and we might be able to even get them to sign the increase because they're on a month-to-month lease, and we're almost at the end of April. So we could probably get them to sign for $1,350 starting in May.
That's an absolute win. Do you to add that to the list? We'll for sure lock that up. And then do you have any more duplexes in the 115 to 120 range?
There's a ton of students who have that under contract right now, but this is just off the dome. So I don't actually know what our full inventory is off the top of my head.
Okay.
But this just got sent to me and I thought this would be stellar. So
Well, tell that student we got a buyer.
Oh, great. Okay. I'll just text you about what I said about the 1350. 1350 rent increase approved. Will try to get them to sign prior to closing. Yeah. Okay. That is with you now. I'll just follow up tomorrow to see if that's a deal.
You're the best. Appreciate it. Keep them coming.
Talk soon, man. Bye-bye. I think he wants it. Can you text your agent and ask to see if we can get the $1,350 rent in writing, or even $1,300?
Yeah, I can. I'm gonna shoot her an email right now. Would you like to bring me up tomorrow so we can discuss about it?
Yeah. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Remind me to bring up Muhammad Adam 94.
Okay.
I got you locked in, man. I got you locked in. Good one, man. It wouldn't have been a deal without that increase, but that's very helpful.
But yeah, I already had the chat with her, in the beginning, like, hey, 1,200 is not going to cut it. They're month to month, or do they want to stay and sign like a yearly lease and willing to pay us more? She said they would be open to that, but how much you want them to pay? I said the market rent, but I want to discuss about that after we close, because I don't know if it's going to be a deal or not. But we might be able to get that thing in writing before closing for sure.
And Kennedy, that was a one-time challenge. I'm probably not going to do that again. That was just a one-time thing to grow my YouTube channel. I was essentially growing my channel by paying people's rent. But dude, yeah, that is good. And I think you might have a $4,000 deal right there.
Awesome. Yeah, I have a few more on the pipeline in Cleveland and Detroit. I'm actually negotiating them right now. For the hybrid deal that you do for mortgage takeover and hybrid, what's the cash on cash do we have to target for if we have to sell them? Like I have one in duplex,
creative finance deals, the minimum is 15% cash on cash. It doesn't even need to be 15. It could be 14%, because there's other factors like having a low interest rate, having a low down payment. So you don't need to hit the same cash on cash return.
Okay. Yeah, I have a hybrid that I'm negotiating right now, so I just want to make sure that I'm at the ballpark if I lock it up for sure.
Yeah. Well, hey man, I'm gonna do the giveaway, but I will see you tomorrow. Okay.
Awesome, brother. Thank you.
Talk soon. Bye-bye. Can you save this live to recordings? This is already uploaded on YouTube, M. Okay. And then I'm going to text Jalen and I'll ask her if that's still happening. Jalen, do we still save lives? Live stream, save lives recordings? And then, yeah, that's, you can't see with the screen share. I know. So we have hashtag past live stream recordings and you can view them in there. I just asked my employee if she's still doing that. She should be still doing that. I'm just going to ask. Anyways, guys, let me give away $20 to somebody. Would you flip a triplex? Yes. Yes. But Pam, I've seen the triplex in Detroit. I walked it yesterday. It's cooked. It has a bad water damage, Pam, if that's the one you're talking about. I saw it. I might have seen that. Okay, guys, I'm beat. That's been 3 hours for me, or 2 hours, 40 minutes or so. I'm going to go ahead and do a little piece of trivia. Yes, so we actually are, we are still uploading. So that is saved. That is saved. You can go watch it. What is the capital of New Mexico for $20? What is the capital of New Mexico for $20? I believe it is Santa Fe, New Mexico. New Mexico. What is it? Santa Fe. Santa Fe is correct. AW28 coming in with a dub. Pam says, Aluare. I know what you were trying to say. Alwarare, New Mexico. Okay, AW28, your prize is $20 cash. How do we pay you again?
You got my Venmo, I think.
Okay.
It's I don't even know what it is. Give me 1 second.
No worries. Will you DM it to me?
Yeah. Here, 1 second.
Guys, I got my boat detailed for summer. I got the ballast bags fixed. I got my barbecue clean for summer, my deck clean for summer. The cut's about to start. Oh my God, life is about to be on the up and up. And you know what happens come spring and summer in real estate? Deals move way faster. Stuff starts to slow down in November, guys. I'll be honest. We have a slow period from November to February. It's not the
I
deal.
sent that over to you, by the way.
Thank you. Eli says, "How do we get started?" Well, what would you say, man? AW28, how did you get started? You're 17, right?
I just turned 18.
You just-
But I haven't really been locked in because I've had lacrosse. But once lacrosse season's over, I'll be back.
The way to get started is by joining Hold My Hand Wholesale and showing up to class. I gather buyers. I run ads for buyers. I make videos. I gather buyers. I leak their criteria during these live streams. I just did a massive demonstration of what all my buyers were looking for. I showed that I have those deals in closing. I currently have, $57,000 in closing and assignment fees. You guys have another $150,000 in closing and assignment fees, guys. And then you guys go acquire the deals. We sell the deals for you. It's a whole system. I have a ton of buyers from my social media, the ads I run, years of the business. I also know how to wholesale really well. I demonstrate the process. I take questions after I demonstrate the process. You submit the deals to us. We sell the deals for you. You keep the majority of the profit. If you're wanting to form a trust for a mortgage takeover, I'll say this once, go to goldkeytc.com. goldkeytc.com. And we can do a trust acquisition agreement for you. And $20 should be in your inbox right now. Do you get that?
Yeah, I got it. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks so much for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. Richard be rapping on the DL. I don't know about that one, man. I play trumpet. All right, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.